And it is a funeral today, literally, because we are doing the Necromantic Oracle of the Dead. Hi, everyone. Let me know how you're doing. My sweet babies. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, my baby. Look, I got Scooby-Doo because we're doing the ghostly stuff today. All right, mommy's late again. I'm just always gonna be late. Let me know in the chat if you're always late and if that triggers you. But I gotta tell you, I miss living in Argentina because I was always on time in Argentina because it's an implied thing in Argentina that you're supposed to be late. Oh, hi, Kat Wilson. Awesome, Manuel. Hi, my baby. Okay, I'm on time. If this was Argentina, I would be on time. If you're watching from Argentina, baby, shout out to you, my love, my babies. It's always like, that sounds like you know who. You know it does, especially that tone. Hi, Clifford, my favorite little red dog. Oh, thank you. Look at these little bibbies. Do you see the little crosses? I got this little headpiece in Gibraltar, and I just thought it really reminded me of the Templars because I was doing so much work there with the Templars. So, Christine, hi, baby. Braveheart, Texas, two of my favorite things, Bill. You caught me live. Awesome. Shout out to Texas. Where in Texas are you from? Babies, I've had a difficult evening because I went outside for a little bit. And babies, it's been raining. Okay, this is gross. Okay, TMI, trigger warning, whatever, adult content. Listen, I went outside just for a second, just to go to the store, get some sparkling water, actually. Look, I got some fresh sparkling water. Went to the store. Nice lady. She's so cute. She knows me now, I always suck up to everyone, like all the store ladies, so we're friends now. Anyway, went to suck up to my store lady, and on my way back, it's a rain time, right? And there's a lot of snails around, and I've been so careful not to step on one because I see the crushed little snails everywhere. I always look, I'm very light of foot, so I always look like where I'm going. I always look on the ground. I wasn't paying attention. I just heard a crunch. I heard a crunch, and it was a little snail. Tell me it's still alive, but Bill, I feel so bad. And it's so sad because it's a necromantic reading, so I feel like I need to dedicate this reading to the spirit of the snail that I just killed and savaged. Oh, Cat, party doesn't start till I show up. Thanks, Daddy. Oh, shout out to Houston. Only been there once. All right. Fabulous one, my girl, how are you doing? Oh, thank you. I haven't washed in like 4 days. I had to do something with it. All right. So yeah, mommy's so sad because I killed a snail. And I love snails, not eating them. Like, I just love them as, humans, little souls. So you're going to have to, I don't know, we're going to have to, I need to do penance for that. I feel so bad. And it was always at the back of my mind these past couple of weeks because I see snails everywhere and they get crushed because people step on them. It's like, I can't step on the snail. And I finally did. I feel so sad. All right. Anyway, so confessions. We're doing, very appropriately, we are doing the Necromantic Tarot. I got my Scooby-Doo shirt on. All right. We're doing Necromantic Tarot. And we are doing, oh my God, I look so rough today. I feel, I couldn't sleep at all yesterday. I woke up at 4 p.m. It was embarrassing. So I feel rough. All right. Cypress time. We're doing necromancy today, my boo-boos. We will be communicating with the spirits of the dead. I am also taking PayPal questions. And the PayPal link is in the description box below. If you don't immediately see the description, just, go into wherever the little hashtags are and expanded. It should say expand or see more, read more, something like that. It's $33 per necromantic question. You can address the spirits of the dead as a whole, and a spirit will come through. It could be any kind of spirit. Depends on which spirit wants to speak with you. Or you can ask a question of a specific person on the other side that you know in your personal life. I can't guarantee they'll show up, but they usually do when someone wants to communicate with them. All right. All right. How's everyone been doing, Bill? Oh my gosh. All right, let's just make sure everything's in place. Don't forget to include your name and your question in the PayPal if possible. If not, stay till the end of the live so I can call out you by name. Call you out by name. Otherwise, the money's going to go down the magic well. If you send me an email, I haven't responded in the past 2 days. I will be responding to it tonight. It's been as always, it's just, you know, crazy time, crazy life, crazy times. All right. Okay. Okay, the description seems legit. It's $33 per question. You can ask a general question of the spirits of the dead, a specific question, or you can just ask to communicate with someone. We got one card coming through already. We got the Ace of Swords. So there could have been, you know, there's like a warrior spirit coming through. I think this is like a personal message for someone. Someone here had like, you know, either a person who was connected to the military or they had a warrior spirit to them. Someone's coming through. This is for the collective. I think it could have been someone who was in the military and overseas. Could have been something to do with the Navy or traveling over water. They were overseas, they were in the military, and they have some kind of a message here regarding following your intuition. But Bill, there's a lot of water around this person. Maybe, you know, they could have fallen in a war too. Could be an ancestor who fell in a war that was overseas or on a ship or something like that. And they're coming through to tell you, for someone here, maybe someone who's going to be watching this later and needs to see this message. They're coming through to say, trust your gut, trust your intuition. There's something in your life right now that it's not feeling right, not feeling 100% legit. And the spirit is saying, trust your gut on this. You got the moon here. They're very connected to water. They could have been a water sign ancestor too, but they're definitely connected to water. Let me know, babies, if any of these messages are resonating for you, or, you know, if any of this, if you want to follow up on any of these messages. I'm just going to be doing, we're going to do messages for the collective in the first part, and in the second part, I will be taking your individual questions, my baby. Yeah, I'm going to get some rest, Michael. Clifford, will I do normal questions at the end? Yeah, I'll take some normal ones as well. They don't have to be only necromantic. Let me include that in here as well. That's a good question. So we're doing necromancy today. The necromancy questions for the dead are $33 per question. But if you want to ask me a regular question, it's going to be $13. I'll be taking those too. Let me just change this here in the description before we continue, my baby. Oh, your dad was in the Navy? Awesome. It's very water, you know, water heavy, but it's also someone very valiant, you know, valiant of heart, and also someone who could have been very kind of like intellectually. Apollo 11, hola. It was someone who was very smart, you know, they had that intellectual, they were very, very intellectually smart. Oh my God, I'm so dehydrated. Like my whole face is like, I look like a ghost today. What happened to me, Biz? What happened to your mommy? Okay, that's a little better. It doesn't feel to me like a young energy. I think it's someone like more middle years or more mature. Clifford, thank you. That's so sweet. Kat, you sent your question. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Okay, let me just fix the, let me just add something to the description now, babies. And we're going to do a general necromantic reading, and then I'll be taking your questions. And yeah, we'll see. But yeah, the energy that came through is, I think it's more like, I think that person was at least in their 30s, like, you know, 30s or later 30s, going on to more mature. It was someone of quite possibly higher ranking too, or someone who kind of ended their career in the military at a high-ranking position. I think maybe there was something here about like what happened in this conflict, or, you know, on the water, that maybe this person felt like their gut was telling them to do one thing, but the orders were different or something, and maybe the ship got into trouble or something, you know. There was some, you know, there's like something about this person maybe learned a lesson about not following their intuition, not following their inner knowing here. Could have been some deception to the situation. It was a deceptive situation, deceptive seas, you know. Okay, so let's see. So Bibos, just a quick recap, if this is your first live, this is our second live with the dead. I do practice a type of what I call necromancy. To some people, it's not going to be necromancy if they follow the necromantic practices of the Renaissance and the Middle Ages, but I do commune with the dead a lot. I work a lot with the spirits of the dead, and what I'm doing here is an oracle of the dead, an oracle of Hades, and that's what used to be called a necromanteion in ancient Greek culture. When people would come to a place that was at least symbolically believed to be the end of the world of the living and the entrance to hell, the literal entrance to Hades. And by hell, I don't mean like Christian hell, I just mean, you know, the underworld where the souls of the dead dwell. And they would come to the building and the dwelling at the gate to hell, the gate to Hades, and they would ask the oracles there, who were people of functioning as oracles, they would ask the oracles their questions that presumably the dead answered as a collective, and also they would ask questions of the oracle when it came to specific people they wanted to connect to, so, you know, their auntie, uncle, etc. Okay, USD. So this is kind of part of my spiritual practice. This is my, this is a big part of who I am esoterically as a New Age practitioner, and, you know, as a magical Bippo is my Necromanteion work. So it's a little different to like a seance or spiritualism or a medium who's like always, you know, mediums connect to exclusively people's spirits of, you know, people's, you know, family, friends, people who passed. This is more of a connection to the dead as a whole, and inviting the dead to come through from the gates of Hades and to give us advice and to impart their knowledge onto us, because the dead always know more than the living. Even though they are not gods themselves, they are still, they have more knowledge, they're more connected to the knowledge and the wisdom. I think it is my belief, and also, you know, always remember these beliefs are subjective. It's all postmodern, very New Age, my perspective on these things. But I do believe that in my past life, I had many lives as someone who has worked with the dead. This has definitely been my job, and I think I worked at a Necromanteion in the past. Okay, so we are using the tarot to connect with the dead because that is a tool that I use and a tool that I found very useful when it comes to this. Cat Wilson, you want to see what messages are coming through? Okay. Okay. All right, my babies. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful that you choose to spend your time with me. And that you are so scrumptious and so delicious. Thank you, everyone who showed up. I'm always so grateful. Okay, so let's see if there's what messages are coming through, if it's specific people coming through for anyone here, or if it is other types of messages. There is a younger person here, Emanuela, so we'll see who this is. I think this is someone's, they're coming through as someone's kid though. So, and I don't know, you know, if it's like, you know, it could be that somebody had like a younger cousin, or it could be your sibling, but they're coming through as someone's kid. So they feel to me like, you know, somebody's kid who perhaps passed away too soon. It was someone who grappled with life. I think they had a big zest for life. I think it was somebody's son who had a large zest for life. It was a very promising little bit-bill, but a little bit mischievous. And the spirit, they got strength here, you know. They grappled with life, and I think they had a lot of issues with conflicts with their parental figure, or their mother. Divine feminine, mature divine feminine energy in their life. So I think they argued a lot with their mother. It could have been someone who was a reckless driver, or someone who tended to maybe take drugs and things like that. They could have had a problematic youth. I think it's someone who died very young. That's what's coming through. Hi, Johnny Blake, baby. Somebody who died young. They're saying to you that they are okay. So I think they're coming through as someone's son. You know, maybe this person's mother should hear this message so that she doesn't feel there might be guilt or unresolved issues. Could have been someone who left the house, had an argument with their mom, and then got into a car accident, or got into some kind of violent thing, or died of an overdose. Could have been an overdose as well. Maybe one thing led to another. But they want you to know that they are fulfilled now. So if this is your sibling or a cousin or a friend of yours, and their mother needs to hear this, they're saying, you know, they feel fulfilled now. It's you know, and they obviously everything is forgiven. It's a beautiful soul here. They just had, you know, they had problems with living, or they had, you know, an issue adjusting just to, you know, human life. But their soul and their heart is very pure, and, you know, they're doing fine now. They're fulfilled. And they want their mother to be fulfilled as well. They don't want their mother to cry. They want her to keep to get on with her life. I think it could be if it's a single mother, or a widow of some kind. Your son wants you to continue with your life, and he wants you to marry again. You know, I don't normally. This happens from time to time. I don't normally get names, but I heard Harry or Harold might be important in this situation, so I don't know. I'm just going to put it out there. Don't take it as writ. Some spirits don't often say names in collective readings, but this one is saying something. Harry or Harold, something like that. Could be a place as well. The place where something happened here. They miss their home. They don't want you to be sad or to mourn them. You know, they want you to celebrate their life and to move on with your life. This person really doesn't want their mother to be stuck in this loop of mourning the person. All right, Bit-Bill. So that was a beautiful message. Thank you, Bit-Bill. Let's see if I can do something for the spirit. The spirit just wants things to be right. The spirit just wants things to be right. They might need some. I'm gonna take a note of this. They might need some. The Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune. You know, they may need to turn something around for themselves here. I think they just want peace of mind to know that their mother is okay. All right. So let's see who else is coming through. Let me turn on some music. Does any, let me know in the chat, babies, if you've had encounters with the dead, if you've, had experiences, felt the presences of the dead. Was it people you know from this life, or was it people just, ghosts from the other side? Maybe a haunting as well, because, hauntings are real. It's a thing. Hi, Anna. Hi, Letty. All right. Let's see who else is coming through. Wow, the messages are very strong today. They're very direct, and I feel like it is from people specifically. Let me just clarify who this is. I think it is the spirits of, people in someone's life. They're just spirits, coming through, shadows. Maybe they know, because the dead do know more than us, so maybe they know that someone's going to watch this at some point in the future and see the message. Let's see. Hey, Ryan, you felt energies? Awesome. There's someone here who was a woman, so it could have been also, you got the Queen of Wands here. A woman of some maturity, not necessarily like, I don't think it's someone's grandma. I think it was a woman at someone who was laid to rest, maybe at the height of her career or at the height of her life, in the prime of life. She was cut down in the prime of life. She had a lot of magic to her, and a lot of fire, a lot of drive, a lot of success. Even could have been a successful businesswoman. Let's see who she was. She's feeling like she can't pass over like 100% to where she needs to be going. Let's see why. Because of her, there's like a husband or partner. It doesn't have to be a man, wife, whoever. I feel like it's a feminine energy. There's something about the husband, but it is someone who she's like legally bound to, the Hierophant. She's been trying, so I don't know if, someone here lost, and let's see if there's someone here, what is the relationship? It could be one of you here. This could be your mom or aunt. Someone, a woman in the prime of her life, she was laid to rest, the Four of Swords. She can't move on, the Hanged Man. She has a message for her husband or for her partner. I think it's a man. The person could have been quite religious. There could have been conflicts between them because of religion. She's been trying to send him signs, but he's not paying attention. She's trying to communicate with him. So through dreams or symbols, maybe she's haunting somebody there a little bit, but she can't get through to him. She has a message for him that he's not heeding. She's not telling me what the message is, but it could have been that something very religious, could have been religious differences between two people, or the masculine energy here, the partner, is very religious in an orthodox kind of way. So it's somebody who, maybe is afraid of, spirits and ghosts and stuff like that, but she has something to tell him, and he's just not listening to her. Poor little bit Bill. That's really interesting, Manuel. Yeah, spirits of people you know and you don't know. Cat. Yeah, the spirits can guide you, of course. Of course. Best way to, feel less lonely when you're surrounded by people is just spend more time with the spirits of the dead, like your mommy, because it's much better. Let's see what she needs me to do. What do I need to know about this message? And who is this man? This is a couple of childhood sweethearts. They've been together for a long time, maybe since they were very, very young. So, this is your mom or your aunt. It could be someone's grandma too who died younger, you know. But it was a woman. This was not an old woman. Someone in the prime of life, maybe middle age. The Six of Cups is telling me the person she was with, they'd known each other for a long time. They'd always been together. It was quite a happy marriage. It was quite harmonious, but there were issues here around her not feeling heard because of how religious the other person was, or something like that, something with religion. It could have been this woman was married to a preacher or something, and she just wants to tell him that everything is okay. Look, the sun, all we need to know about the message she's trying to convey to him is that everything is okay. She is doing good. She is doing fine. She is still living. But he's blocking the message, and she's like trying to get through to him. He's blocking the message. She just wants to be heard, so that's what's coming through. He needs to know that she's okay. Imagine Media 22. Thank you, baby. So, Boo-Boos, I don't know if this is for any one of you in the chat right now, or if this is for someone who's meant to watch this later, but this is a very specific message. It's like, you know, like the ghost of someone's wife literally coming through, and the husband just won't see her. Night sky, baby, hi. I'm so grateful. Oh my God, mommy's, it's just not, you know what? It's not been my week. I just don't feel, I've not been myself this week. I'm just so grateful that you're all here with me. I feel the love. I feel the love in Cyprus. I'm so happy to be in Cyprus as well, and so grateful. We're right here by the tombs of the kings, where I get a lot of my energy from that place as well. I do a lot of my necromancy here. It was one of the places where I had my deeper awakening. All right, my hookup. Thank you to the spirit. Let's see if she needs anything. Glitching. Love you too, Anna. No, she just needs to have her message heard. Whoever's watching this, if this message is for you, she just needs that man to hear her. He's just being such a monk about it. And the moon, maybe he feels some kind of guilt. There could have been some guilt about this man, you know. If he has moved on or remarried, he might not be heeding her messages because he feels guilty. But there's something to do about him feeling guilty about like seeing spirits or dwelling with spirits. He doesn't want to do it because of his religious stuff, his religion, or his, you know what I'm saying, my baby. She's not coming across as trying to haunt him in a bad way, but he's just not heeding this. She just wants me to tell him the message. She'll be waiting. I don't know, maybe this is a little sinister, but she'll be waiting for him no matter what, and she'll get her message through. But the message is good. It's the sun. Thank you to the spirit of this woman. April, thank you. I am living my own dream too. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. It's been a bit of a struggle. It's always a bit of a struggle for me because I'm all by myself in the world. So it's always like, sink or swim, you know. It's been a bit of a funny year for me. Things have not really gone, you know how it is. You plan things and then everything goes like tits up. So, oops, I said titties. It's gonna go tits up for a lot of things in my life, but then, you know, other things are such great blessings. So just the fact that we're still alive and we're here is a big blessing. Oh, you had a creepy experience today, Clifford? Oh, interesting. So you have a pendant, you wear it every day. When you awoke, you noticed the necklace was on the other corner of your bed and the cross wasn't on it. Where was the cross, Clifford? We can talk about that. It happened, these kind of things happen. Sometimes, I mean, it can be super creepy. It's never happened to me, but I know people that things like this have happened to. It's kind of difficult to know because you know how it is. When you're like, for example, I'm a very violent sleeper. Like, don't sleep with me because I'm insane. In my sleep, I do all kinds of crazy stuff. So I wake up with bruises. You know how people wake up with these like, you know, cuts and like fangs and like fang marks and stuff, and it's like demonic possession. Like, I am my own demon. Like, I do it to myself. I scratch myself at night and stuff like that. So But, you know, if you're a calm sleeper, that could be a sign of activity for sure. Cross was in your bed. Okay. Oh, Night Sky, thank you. That's so generous. Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's so sweet, Night Sky. Thank you. Kat, you want me to tell you the story how the spirits guided me to change my life? Yeah, we can talk about that later. We can talk about, you know, the spirits of the dead and stuff like that. Ah, Night Sky, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I've really been feeling the love recently. As some of you know, I also have, like, you know, a stalker, not one, not two, you know, but my main stalker has been trying to derail my business and destroy my life. And you Bippies have been so sweet. I just, you know, he comes to the lies and stuff, and he is a man. He's like a boomer, like a real boomer, and he just has this attitude towards women that he sees how vulnerable I am. That's always been his, you know, interest in me, my vulnerability. And he just wants to, you know, if he can't have me, basically, he's going to destroy me. So, and I don't mind, it's irrelevant, whatever. And I also don't know to what extent it's like mental illness with him or whatever, but because I haven't spoken to him in so long, it's like, I don't know what's going on with him. But it's just like, just the principle of living in the world as, you know, a bibbo, spiritual bibbo by yourself. It's just so sweet to have such beautiful friends, you know. Thank you, all of you. I really appreciate it. Clifford, okay, so anyway, never mind my stalker. Let's talk about relevant things. Night Sky, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thanks. You know, I was gonna come down that way, down Texas way this year, but I think I'm gonna have to do it in 24. But I'll definitely be coming down. I'll be coming down, well, up or whatever it is. Clifford, here's the thing. I think when stuff like that happens, it can sometimes be what some people call the fae. They're not always like necessarily hostile, but they will do weird things to you. And they're very strong energies. They do drag things and people into the other world. And I think they like collecting little trinkets like this. And they like playing tricks. Sometimes it can be more sinister energies. It can sometimes be more sinister energies. But, you know, however it felt to you is probably what the intention was. Nothing bad is going to come of it. It's just someone was playing a little joke. Sometimes it can be a spirit of the house also. Could be a cry for help, or it could be trying to, you know, give you some kind of a sign. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to be sinister at all. It can just be, you know, it's usually playful stuff where I wouldn't worry that it was a cross either. I don't think that's what that was about. And the cross was left in the bed, so I don't think they were trying to take that, you know. Especially for it just sounds like the fae to me. And particularly if you're in the UK right now, babe, like it will probably be the fae because they kind of roam there. I've had some encounters with them there. It was kind of weird. No, don't worry. It's definitely not sinister. It's just good. The thing about the fae is that they're kind of like, I mean, define sinister, you know? They're not sinister like scary, but they are very other, if you know what I mean. Like there's a deep otherness to them, and they will drag you into the fairy realms and drag your stuff and whatever. But it never ends in tears, you know? It just ends with weirdness. There's, you know, they're the other. Emanuela knows about a lot about the fae and their realms. Yeah, Night Sky, it's subjective, yeah. Time to fly back to Cyprus, Clifford. But I think sometimes they come through. You know, I think they may have come through as well because, you know, maybe they see that you're struggling with something. It's probably, you know, their little playful way of helping you. Because the fae come in to help. I've had help from the fae. I've never worked with them again. I asked them for help once, and I was like, okay, thanks, bye, Felicia. because they will help, but they'll also cause like other things. Like they'll always cause something. But I think it could have been the Fae trying to help you. If you're wearing this pendant, maybe they felt like something is, maybe they felt like something is, you know, you're struggling to say certain things or articulate certain things, or they felt like you were choking, you know, in the sense, like, not literally, but like, you know, choking on something you want to let out, or maybe you feel suffocated by the situation with the douche flute. Maybe something is suffocating you right now. They just want to put your attention on it. Also, maybe it's time to get a new chain for it or something like that. You're fine. I mean, you can sleep with the light on, but nothing bad will happen. It's going to be good stuff. Even if it's like, sometimes even sinister energies can be very helpful. That, you know, they're not out to get us or anything. My mother had an incident like this. I think in her case, it was the Fae. So some of you know I don't really speak to my mother. We're estranged. But she always had like very weird like psychic experiences. She used to believe in ghosts and stuff, but we used to always, it was like a house that I grew up in, the big haunted house. And she had an experience with the Fae once like that. I think it was the Fae. She was in the house all by herself, and she was very like obsessed with her, like, you know, bougie jewelry and stuff like that. She was like, used to like have all these like, you know, gold chains and like things like whatever, like rings and antiques. And she couldn't find this one. She used to wear this like bracelet all the time. Suddenly she couldn't find it. And for months she like searched all around the house. The house had like, you know, stories to it. So she was like going up and down the house. She was living alone in the house at the time, all alone. And she went up and down, couldn't find it. Then one day she went down into the house had a basement. It was so haunted. I hated that house so much. When they moved into it, I was like 9 years old, and I was like, don't move into this house. It is freaking haunted, not in a good way. She went down in the basement, and she found the gold bracelet neatly wrapped around a jar, in the jar, whatever, basket, cupboard, like whatever she was doing, right? She had a bunch of empty jars, and it was on the jar. Around the jar lid. And like, my mother is insane. She's not that freaking crazy. Like, she would have remembered if she did something like that, unless she's sleepwalking. And that house was full of activity like that. It wasn't pleasant. The energy there isn't pleasant, but also I don't think this thing was trying to harm her. I think it was some kind of a sinister force just, you know, doing stuff. I think it's just, you know, so sometimes even sinister spirits, they're not going to harm you. They'll just do weird stuff, because that's what they do. Yeah, leave them some coins, Clifford, for sure. Yeah, maybe they want you to like wear them separate or something on a different string. And I think this is about your throat chakra. Maybe they could feel, maybe they were trying to release something for you as well. Actually, my friend Sarah did a live with me a couple of days ago for the Ides of March. She knows a lot about the Fae. She can speak to us. Do you guys want her to come on and speak about the Fae one time? She's had experiences with them. She's works a lot more with that energy. Yeah, for sure, Clifford. For sure, Elizabeth. Yeah, well, I think they're noticing it. So whatever came through, whatever the spirit is, it's helping you. It doesn't matter if it's, you know, good spirit, whatever that is, you know, that means they're friendly to you, trying to help, giving you a little sign. Anna, that would be cool. Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, so my mother had this creepy experience, and I was like, I think sometimes the spirits did play with her because they knew she was a bad person. Oh my God. Okay, anyways, not that she's a bad person, she's flawed, highly flawed person. No one is a bad person. You know, I think it's kind of interesting because people say, you know, when you're like an elevated spirit and stuff like that, like children will come to you, kids will like you, and like, you know, cats and dogs and all this. But I found in my practice sometimes certain types of animals and certain types of creatures and certain types of spirits will flock to negative energy people as well. I've definitely found that. Like, my mother attracts a lot of weird stuff, and some other people I know who are in her vibration, kind of basically narcissistic, you know, whatever. in that vibration, they often attract a lot of hauntings because you know, the spirit realm, they have a sense of justice too. All things spiritual, all things unseen on the other side come from a space of divine justice. Even the negative spirits often work through divine justice. So the bad people sometimes attract bad spirits. Not all the time, so don't worry if you attracted, you know, a difficult spirit in your house or whatever. It's not because you're a bad person necessarily, but I'm just saying sometimes, you know. Thank you, Velvet Enigma. I'm feeling so unattractive today. I don't know, I feel like my whole face is so gaunt. I've been losing weight and I didn't mean to. I'm on a journey of self-acceptance and, you know, health at every size stuff and all this. And I don't really want to lose any more weight because I don't like how my face looks. All right, anyways, the lives are so random. It's always like trashy reflections, the fairies, you know, the dead, like whatever, my lip fillers. Oh, night sky, I am beautiful to you. Thank you. Hi, Claudia B, my babies. All right, so let's do another round of messages from the spirits. If you would like to for me to and the spirits to answer a question today, it is $33 per Necromantic Oracle, the Oracle of the Dead. I can connect to your people on the other side for you, anyone who has passed, or we can just ask a general question of the spirits of the dead. It can be general or specific questions. We can ask the spirits of the dead as a whole, see who comes through. Someone will come through always, or you can ask someone who you have on the other side. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a medium. This is not a mediumship show. This is a dead Oracle of the Dead show, dead people show. Also, by the way, it's so funny because it's like the dead people but live. Like this is the live stream for the dead. The dead are live. Okay, whatever. I just figured it out. I figured out this joke today. Can you imagine? All right, anyway. So yeah, I can't guarantee that the person you're calling into your question is going to appear or speak through the cards. We're going to be using tarot for this as the oracle. I can't guarantee that a specific person will come, but usually they do. If that person doesn't appear, a different spirit will step in to answer your question. And there's usually a reason why that person can't come through. It's not because they don't want to, they may not be able to, it may not be time, or a different spirit has a more important message for you to hear. So that's what we're doing here. We're keeping it classy. So for the necromancy readings, it is $33 a question. If you want to ask me a regular tarot question about, you know, love, career, anything else, I'll be taking those as well in the second half, and that will be $13 per question. The PayPal link is in the description box below. It is PayPal questions only. If you want to tip me, if you want to tip the spirits, if you want to leave a little tip to the god Hades, the ruler of the underworld, and my daddy, you can always do that in the super chat, babies. Thanks to everyone who have already submitted questions and send me a super chat. We really, really appreciate it, myself and the spirits of the dead. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Remember, it's PayPal only. Try and include your name and your question in the PayPal if possible. All right. All right, Boo. So we're going to continue for a little bit doing the general readings, and then I will start answering your questions in the second half. Night sky, it's 4 p.m. there. I've been here. No, night sky. I think if it's 4 p.m. for you, I've been with you since like 3 p.m. because since 1 p.m. Pacific. I just started like 40 minutes ago, baby. I just started. Scooby-Doo. And I would have gotten away with it were it not for these pesky kids. So I think, are you Central Time, Night Sky? The world. Okay, someone coming in. Who is this? Who is this for? Someone who is very worried. There could be someone in the live right now, or someone who's going to watch it later, who is still mourning someone. You're still could be a death that happened recently or in the past 5 years. you're still sad to have lost this person. With someone who could have been sick for a long time, or it was obvious it was going to be their time to go. Someone who was sick for a long time, two people in a lot of pain. There are two people in a lot of pain. You're still searching for this person. This person was your world, your oyster. You were two little oysters together. Someone lost someone they loved very dearly. A lot of hospital visits, maybe surgery and stuff like that. Night sky. Yeah, you're central. All right. Oh, it's, oh, you're in your studio. Yeah, I get it. You're in your studio. Nice to have a studio. What do you do, Night Sky? What's your studio about? Kat Wilson, thank you so much. Kat and I go a long way back, so I was appreciated when she, you know, when she believes in what I do, because not everyone believes in spirituality and stuff like that. You're a musician, Night Sky. Awesome. Share your music in the chat. If you have links and stuff, you want people to check you out. Share your info in the chat. All right, my Habibis. So the spirit who is coming through, there's a lot of pain attached to this connection in the end. You know, somebody really felt their loss very deeply. It was clear that the end was coming. You're a musician and an automation electrician. What does that mean? Does that mean you do the electric synapses for robots? I'm sorry, I'm just so ignorant, but it sounds awesome. It sounds really cool. I wish I had those skills. I don't. It was the spirit who's coming through is mature. So it is it was a mature soul. Doesn't mean that they were super old, but they were mature enough. You know, the King of Cups. And the love was very mature too. I think these two people were together for a long time or married or something. And the person who was left behind feels like their life is over. You know, I think this person is reaching out because they know this person is crying every single day. Electrical on automated machinery. Awesome. I love it. All right, Bibbiz. So this person who's coming through, they know that their partner is missing them a lot, and it's been extremely painful. In fact, this person, you know, this is a river here flowing through, and in the Rider-Waite, this is the card of mourning and the card of loss, and also the type of necromancy we're doing today through the Necromanteion, which is what this is today. The Oracle of Hades is the Necromanteion. One of the famous Necromanteions was located by the Acheron River in Greece, and you know, it's a river kind of like this, and the idea is that river goes down into Hades itself. So it's someone who is looking into the underworld, into the world of the dead, into the other side. That person has been putting their life on hold in a very deep way. I think the spirit is saying that they understand. I'm starting to cry now. I feel the pain still. Someone still feels the pain so deeply. Like, what is the point of life anyway? I feel like they felt like they died together with the person who passed. But this is so beautiful. But the spirit is saying we will meet again. So don't think that you won't. And don't think that your life has to end right now, because there's still other journeys you need to make before you come back to this person. That's so sweet. You will meet again. Five of Pentacles. In your time of need. So the message for the person who was left behind, the person who survived, so you know, two partners, for the other partner is the Five of Pentacles. You know, you are not alone. This person feels like they've been left out in the cold, in the winter of their life. You know, like now the rest of their life is a winter. That they're all alone. They're not. This person is saying they walk with you all the time. And you will meet again. And you should continue on your journey, whatever journey you have to take. There are still things you need to do. There are things you need to do in this world and achieve in this world. It's specifically, I'm getting achievements. There's achievements that need to be made, Bill. Don't give up. Keep going. That person's always with you. They are your angel now. The suffering is over and you will meet again. But you have to keep going. Other people need this person. They need this person. They might need this person's creativity or things that they showcase. Could be the person who is receiving the message. They could be some kind of a performer or person in the public eye. And the public needs you. They need your work and they need your scrumptiousness and your love. So keep putting that message out there. And this person isn't even saying if you don't, you know, they're not saying like move on, like start a whole new life with the new person necessarily. They're saying there's other things you're meant to be doing. You're meant to be showing a message to the world. You're meant to be living your life, continuing to live your life. Imagine media, for real. Okay. There's one final message from the spirit. They're saying when we were younger, or, you know, when maybe they first met, the person that this message is for was like such a go-getter, you know, could be a business owner, or someone was just like so set, like they had their goals set, they were so popular and scrumptious and charming, all the little boo-boos wanted to be a part of their life. Don't forget that part of you, you know. And it's also trial by fire, the King of Wands. So the spirit is saying you have been through the fire, but you're coming out the other side, and you are protected. There's a lot of protection for that person. They need to continue, they need to keep going. They think they got consumed by the fire, but they didn't. They need to keep going. The fire of life, the destruction of life. Velvet Enigma, thank you so much, my baby. Much appreciated, Bill. Is that from Sweden? Am I correct or am I wrong? I'm just guessing if that's Sweden. Are you coming at us from the Sweden? Or something. Sorry, Bill. Yeah, Sweden. I stay in Sweden. Where in Sweden are you from? You know what? Like, the people in Sweden are so friendly. I mean, I know there's like douche flutes everywhere, but on the whole, you wouldn't even know like how like outgoing and extroverted and friendly Swedish people are, because you have this like, you think like, oh, the people in the north, they're all like, close to Stockholm's so beautiful. I've been there many times. Like, oh, you know, people in the north, they're like, you know, not to like say in a negative way, but like, you know, we expect them to be kind of reserved and stuff, but like Swedish people are like the biggest party animals you're ever gonna meet. I love them. Love Swedish people. Love Swedish girls always supporting each other as well. Like, I see it, I feel it, it's awesome, you know? They'll like come up to you and be like, oh, I love your t-shirt, or like, you know, like just random people. It's awesome. It's awesome. Okay. So that was the message. Thanks, everyone. I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's true. It's awesome. If I see Swedish people anywhere, like in a foreign country, always like stick to them like glue, because that's where the party's at. Everyone else is boring. Don't come for me, but it's true. Night Sky, Gemini, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Taurus, awesome. Gemini, Leo, Taurus, Gem, Velvet, Enigma. Thanks, everyone, my darlings, for your scrumptiousness. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Okie dokie. Let's keep going, my babies. Let's see what other spirits are coming through. Team Taurus, that's right. Team Taurus. How's everyone's love life doing, Bit? What's the juicy gossip? What's the new boy, girl, anyone between that you're dealing with? What happened? What about the douche flutes as well? What spirits are coming through? There's another younger person. I wonder, this happened once before, didn't it? In the first necromantic reading, we had like a repeating spirit. I don't think it's the same spirit, but it may have been. Let's see, who are you, Boo? Are you the same one? Someone really trying... Boo-boos, let me know in the chat. Is this message for you? Like, there's somebody really... They're trying to get through to their mother. And it could be like your sister or cousin or something like that. They really need their mother to know that they're okay. This is the same person. This is the younger energy who I saw like struggled with life. The Page of Wands. They're coming through with another message for their mother. Look at the Empress here. Imagine me you're staying single for life. No. Again, very strong energy here about like could have been a drunk driving or drugs and driving. Someone could have died in a car crash or an overdose. But there was a car involved, or like, I don't know, it's either a car or an overdose. I'm not feeling it very, like, I can't quite say, but you'll know who it is. It's someone who is very passionate about life, very full of promise, and their life was cut short. It could have been someone who was like late teenage years, early 20s. But they want their mother to know it's okay. They, you know, forgive everything. It's all good. They were quite reckless. There's something reckless about this person. So whoever this message is for, if it's your sibling, if it's your friend, like it's for their mother, or if you're the mother. You don't have to tell me, you know, whatever, but this person came through twice. So they really want to communicate with that person. What can you tell me about yourself that's going to be more definite? I don't like this. I know last time we had someone's, I think, I remember now, someone overdosed last time, but I don't think it's the same spirit, but it's the same principle. It's like something got away with them, you know, it's like the brakes didn't work like they wanted them to, or the overdose was accidental. It was like, you know, there was something betrayed them. This person was full of life. They could have taken a lot of risks in their life. They could have been quite reckless in their behavior. And then eventually that reckless behavior betrayed them, you know, something about betrayal. Their mother could feel like she betrayed them by not, like, I don't know, telling them not to go out, or, you know, mother has regrets. But this soul is saying, don't worry about it. Don't have those regrets. They're fine. They're sending you love and healing. This person is an angel around their mother now. They're with their mother. They're always, you know, around her. Yeah, Clifford, remember that one? And it was like, I think it came through twice. So one spirit came through twice, and there's like, this one is coming through twice as well, and it's kind of the same energy, similar energy. I don't think it's the same person, it's a different person, but it's similar energy. Oh, I'm so sorry, Bibba, about your friend and the OD. Yeah, Imagine Media, so sorry. Yeah, that's right, Clifford. Clifford. Oh, night sky. But that's, you know, they're watching over you. They're always there. Yeah, maybe Clifford. There's like a sense of really wanting to get through to her so that she doesn't have to suffer. Oh, angel presence. That's awesome, Anna. Awesome. The angel came. So already the dead coming through. Another message from the dead. I think this is the collective dead. This is a different kind of spirit. I think this is someone who is, I don't think this is necessarily a specific one. This could be a collective message coming through. Who are you? So, Bibbies, when I open up the Necromanteion, you know, before I sit down, I open the gates for the spirits, I open the space for the spirits and all this. Maybe we can do it together one time, but I don't want it to be too pretentious. A spirit came through from the other side, and this is to say the spirits are saying they can hear us and they see us and they see you as well, and they're saying that they appreciate you listening to them. This is the collective of the collective of the people, the dead people. Could be ancient spirits, spirits who have been here for a long time, spirits of place, spirits coming in from the tombs of the kings here in Cyprus. They're saying they see us and they appreciate it. They can hear what you're saying. Some of them are saying they can hear your thoughts. I don't know if somebody could have had a thought just now. Like, I wonder if they can hear my thoughts. They can. And they're feeling very, very fulfilled. They appreciate, they also, just like me, appreciate the support. The dead like to be recognized, particularly those who have passed a long time ago, or those who no longer receive gifts or remembrances from their families because they're long dead. The ancient dead. They're really appreciating the time and the attention and the love. This is one of the most important things that I'm aware of in my practice when working with the spirits of the dead, is that they love to be seen and appreciated. They like that, they like the appreciation of the dead here coming through death. And the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so it's like a Necromanteion like this. I feel like some of them are saying it's like a day out, it's something new to do, or something they used to do that we don't do much in our culture, but it's like a day out for them, and they appreciate it. For some of them. It's kind of scrumptious energy. They appreciate it. Someone in the live today, you could have some questions regarding how to get ahead in a specific situation. Whoever is here right now, the spirits of the dead, the ancient dead, are telling you this. You're about to have a job interview, or you're trying to figure out how to get ahead in business, in your own business situation, and you're going to do it. You might get like a download or like a sudden intuition, sudden knowing on how to do that, and the spirits of the dead will give it to you. You might get it now, like suddenly it'll hit you, like you'll get a vision or a name or something. You're going to get a revelation about this. And the dead will help you too. Yeah, that's right, Velvet Enigma. It's not easy. It's not easy to lose someone. Thank you, spirits of the dead. That was a bit scrumptious. I feel like that was partly the Fae. They're coming through as well, or the Waif-like shadow spirits. That Page of Swords is also elemental spirits. So there's a hint of that here. So it might be confirmation there for you, Elizabeth, as well. I mean, Clifford. All right. Jody, hi. You lost your niece last month. Wondered if she has anything to say. Aw, I'm so sorry, Boo-Boo. I'm so sorry to hear it. So sorry for your loss. Boo-Boo's quick reminder, if you have a question for the dead, for the Oracle of the Dead, it is $33 per question, and the link to my PayPal is in the description box below if possible. Please ask if you want a general message from someone specific, or the dead in general, or if you want like whether it's a specific question or a general message, just include what you want, to hear, and we will do that for you. And include if it's just for any of the spirits of the dead, or if it's for anyone specific that you have on the other side. You can ask them a specific question or a general inquiry to see if they have messages for you. And yeah, it is $33 per question. The link is in the description box below. Now is the time to send your questions, because in about like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, we're going to get into some of the individual questions. And then we'll keep on chatting and talking about, the different practices and necromancy and stuff like that. And how you can work with the spirits of the dead if you feel called to do that. Yeah, I'm also taking regular tarot questions, so if you want to ask me a normal tarot question, not for the dead, it is $13 per question, and again, it's the same PayPal link. Include your name and question if possible in the PayPal. I'll be getting to those in about 30 minutes. All right, my bibbies. Let's see what other comments we got. Yeah, it's, you know, working with the dead is quite the experience. It's very heavy on the energies. The dead have always been around me though, so I know there are necromancers who, you know, like, there's always, the dead always take up some space or some energy depending on your practice, but for me, I've always kind of been in it. I was born into it. I have a double Scorpio placement. I am the underworld, you know, like I live kind of low-key live there. So I've always been around that energy. My necromancy doesn't include some, I know, you know, if you boobies are interested in necromancy, but kind of like, you know, traditional medieval necromancy is all about like, you know, going to the cemetery, taking, you know, stealing somebody's skull, putting it in a jar and like commanding the spirits to do I don't do that kind of necromancy. I think that's, I mean, no hate to people who do, because there's still people who do that. But I just think that's a little bit extra. It's a little too extra, and I think it doesn't serve the souls of the dead. I'm here as their friend, and I'm here as someone a caretaker of the ancient spaces of the dead. So I'm not here to command spirits to do something against their will, but I do work with the spirits who want to work with me. So they come to me always. They've always come to me. They've always been dead around me. I just didn't, you know, as a child, I didn't recognize it for what it was. I thought it was my imagination or, you know, imaginary friends, but it was just the dead. And other spirits too. No, I don't think I inherited my gift from my mom, but I think my mom was just a bad person. That's why the spirits came to her. But you know what, Manuel? I mean, she had some kind of a gift. There's like something in my family that's like suspicious, you know? The women in my family are quite esoteric, but they're not like a family of witches or anything. They would deny till the day they die, you know? Like, they're not those types of people. But, I mean, my dad was highly esoteric. My dad was like, he was a starseed before like starseeds were a thing. Like in the 80s, he was a starseed. So from Orion and all that. He used to talk about that kind of stuff all the time. He used to like show me Orion and be like, that's where you're from. I'm like, Dad, shut up. And also on my mother's side, all the women are highly connected to the angels. And I think I inherited my connection with the angels from there. That's what I did inherit. Maybe inherit is a strong word because, you know. But just to be clear, also, it's an interesting debate, isn't it, Manuel? I think I inherited it as a tradition. I personally, my personal opinion, not here to judge anyone at all, and I totally, if you feel differently, you're probably right as well. It's kind of like the twin flame discussion, but I don't believe that you inherit psychic gifts from genes. I don't think you inherit it like that. I don't think it's passed down like in a bodily way. And I don't think, you know, that your ancestors are necessarily just the ancestors, like, you know, depends on your story, right? I don't think it comes from your ancestors. If you're working with ancestors who are like in your family lineage, I don't think the energy comes from the body. Like, you know, like you could be an adoptive child and still have that ancestor working for you, you know? I just don't believe in biological determinism whatsoever. And I think it's another like slight pet peeve of mine because we talk about esoteric gifts, right, and mysticism. And I see a lot of people today talk about how like it's genetic, like to be a witch and stuff. I mean, that's preposterous to me. It's not true. It's kind of like what they believed in, you know, in Salem and stuff, you know. I don't think you're born with like a mark or anything like that. Yeah, you're welcome, Manuel. But let me know, Manuel, what do you think? Do you think people inherit this like genetically or not? But, and again, no hate to anyone who believes that. I'm very against, in my personal philosophy, I'm against biological explanations of things. I think things are more like collective and psychic. I think we're so much more than our bodies and our, you know, genetic makeup. And we're more alike than that, so it doesn't really matter because we're all the same. We're all one and the same, boo boo. All right. Well, that's the thing, Imagine Media. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that kind of nationality or lineage or anything. I don't believe that that's like, and I think that leads to like, I mean, it's a difficult discussion because on the one hand, when you talk about, certain groups, you want to like, reclaim that heritage. And that's totally, different to what happens, for example, like in some Nordic spaces where they, with the practice, for example, of Odin magic, where, Odin paganism and Viking paganism and stuff like that, where they, they say, that can very easily and has and will continue to escalate into like legit like Nazis basically saying you can't practice Odin magic unless like you're like super white, like I think that's wrong. I think that's incorrect. And I mean, I'm super connected to Odin. I'm not a Viking. My daddy wasn't Swedish, maybe many generations ago for sure. Bernard Simmons, we are doing necromancy. Welcome to the Gates of Hades. We are reading for the Oracle of the Dead. I am doing the collective readings right now. We're also having a little chit chat about genes and Nazis. Not in a good way though. I rebuke that. But yeah, we're having a little chit chat about whether you inherit gifts from your mommy or whether they come from the spirits. And also, so Bernard, we're doing the Spirits of the Dead Oracle. You can ask the Spirits of the Dead a question today. It is $33 per question. The link to the PayPal is in the description box below, together with the instructions. So don't forget to include your name and your question. You can ask a question of a specific person who has passed to the other side, someone you know or a loved one, or you can ask a general question for the Spirits of the Dead, and a specific spirit will come through and answer your question. So you could be talking to your relatives today, or you could be talking to the ancient spirits of the dead, whatever your choice is. If you want to ask a regular tarot questions, I will be taking those too. They are $13 per question. Same procedure, but Bill. Michael, hello. Hi, Michael. All right, so I'll be doing a few more of these reads for the collective, and then we will be we will do your individual questions, babies. Manuel, no, I've never done a DNA test. I don't want Google Medical Center to like know everything about me. When the AI overlords come, I want them to take me with them. But I would love to do a gene test, but like just out of curiosity to see who ravaged who back in the day. But they're kind of unreliable, and I really don't want those medical companies to. I have so many like autoimmune diseases. I'm already so disadvantaged in like in terms of insurance and stuff. I don't want them to know any more about me than they need to. When it's time, but they're gonna be selling me treatment at like a premium. Like 23andMe, they're gathering your data. Like this isn't a conspiracy, it's like for real. They're storing your data to sell you treatment later on. For medical purposes, other than what the test does today. All right. Moonlight Shadows. Oh, thank you for the question. We'll look into it. Manuel. I'd rather not know. But I feel, for me, what's so much more important, like, I'm just not a believer in this, like, I just don't think it's relevant. We're all so mixed up. Like, we're all one in the same human family. It doesn't really matter. I know for a fact that I have, like, deep in my heritage, I have some kind of connection to, Middle Eastern or, like there's some Middle East in there of some kind, whether it's like Jewish heritage or Ashkenazi Jews, stuff like. There's definitely that in the family. Also, like Dutch and like all kinds of different things. So I have such dark hair, So like I know my family is all mixed up, but they're like basically just white people. So I don't think it's that important. I feel like my psychic connection of my soul is more important, that I do connect to Odin, or I do connect to, the goddess Hecate. This is who I am. And we're just all mixed up. And maybe it's like, I'm probably like 1% Ashkenazi or something. I can probably like tell you today, what the percentages will be, or like 2% or something, or like 90% white, or like full whatever, like, European, Caucasian, whatever. You did, wow. What were your results, Manuel? Tell me your results, because this is the thing. I'd love to have the test, because it will solve a lot of mysteries around. There's always like family, mythologies and stuff would solve a lot of mysteries. We'd get to the bottom of whether we have French in the family, because that's highly contentious. If I'm related to Napoleon, but like for me, it just doesn't. I'm not interested in that so much. But I'm always like curious to hear what people are getting on it. Oh, Night Sky, you got poetry. Awesome. Thank you, Bill. All right, so moving swiftly along. I don't know. What are your thoughts on these, like, some pagan groups, like they won't like allow you in if you don't have like that specific heritage, which for some things I understand that, like Native American, or like those types of like Navajo stuff, like obviously that's off, like that I should not be doing any of that, right? But I just mean like when it like gets like to the level where it's like white people like gatekeeping, it just feels like so wrong. I don't know. I just know about this because I do follow a lot of Odin stuff, and that like you see that all the time. It's like you scratch the surface in the Odin circles or the Viking circles, and it's just like like there's a lot of that, like hidden. There's a lot of hidden racism and stuff. Oh, thank you, TNT. Imagine media. So if there are native tribes, or native nations, tribes around the world, indigenous people who practice their own thing. Why can't white Europeans? Because of what happened in 1939. That's why, and because of all the connotations of that, and because they're the ones who took a lot of that stuff away. It's just about the power imbalance of that. Okay, let's not. Okay, this is getting controversial. Let's not be controversial. But yeah, it's just like specifically those certain. I'm not saying everyone, but there's certain types of like Nordic magical groups related to Odin and those types of beliefs, which I am connected to. One of my daddies, Odin is my daddy. That like really are extremely exclusive, and they discriminate, and it's kind of like, well, you got to be Nordic, and then that's literally what happened in Europe not too long ago. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't doesn't sit right. And I get that you can say like you got to be Nordic like in your heritage, but they mean like you got to be genetically Nordic, Anyway, they're all fools. Okay, let's see if the dead have something to say about this. Let's see who's coming through. Okay, there's a message for one of you here. This is a person who's coming through. This is your grandpa, or someone like a senior person in your life, like a grandpa or father figure, a wise person, a wise older male who is in your life, or masculine energy. Maybe, it was someone who's non-binary, or, whatever, but they're coming through as like a wise man, or like, someone who was like a grandfather figure, or someone who came to for advice, someone who's very sage. always gave you good advice, made you feel good, someone who was in your life. And this message is specifically, this spirit wants to speak to the person who is currently out there in the world. Whoever you are, you're not in the place where you were when this person passed, or you're actually traveling the world like your mommy, or like you like to travel. You're just out there doing something, you know. You're not, you know, maybe you're traveling, you're not in the place where you normally are. Or you could be like someone who like immigrated to a specific place. So you immigrated from one country to another. You know, you could be an expat or something. Michael, until somebody proves you otherwise, you're related to Adam and Eve. Exactly. I'm related to Adam and Steve. Yeah, beauty comes from the heart. That's right, Night Sky. Yeah, exactly, Manuel. The spiritual shouldn't be racial. It shouldn't, yeah, I agree with that. Totally agree. I somehow made this stream, I'm always saying, like, please don't say things that will get you canceled. Because the thing is, like, I don't want, it's not about, okay, this is just a joke, right? But I don't want to make it controversial because I want everyone to feel safe and, like, you know, it's not about that, right? But it always comes up because it's debates in modern paganism and modern New Age practices that are, you know, they do need to be talked about. And even with star seeds, I'm appalled. My God, I have so much to say. Maybe I should start a blog about it. I just don't want to offend anyone, and I don't want anyone to feel bad. But even with star seeds, I get so uncomfortable with some of these star seed narratives. I'm not like, you know, I use that star seed hashtag. I'm a star seed in my own way. But I get it's so offensive when I see some of these, like, see if you're a starseed, and some of the people who, you know, write about starseeds, where they're like, oh, you'll know if you're a starseed if if you're very tall with like long limbs and light skin, and like it seems like all the starseeds have light skin. It's like, come on, dude, seriously? That's how you know you're an alien from outer space? Because no. Just no. I don't know. I'm just very cynical about some things out there in the world. I think it's so important to check ourselves, and as spiritual people, as starseeds, to make sure that everything is 100% inclusive. Because I don't think as starseeds, like, that's how you identify as starseed by them having blue eyes. You know, it just sounds, I don't know, it just sounds so bad to me. But yes, I did. Imagine, of course, Swedish people have the most fun. So what? I'm not talking about all Swedish people when I say Nordic magical practitioners. I mean, a minority of 5 boys, all right, 5 incels on Facebook who are gatekeeping Odinic magic because you're saying it's only, you know, for the whites, all right? I'm saying that. Sweden is an inclusive place. Most Swedish people are just scrumptious. And most magical Swedish people are scrumptious. All Nordic people. Oh, you can't leave it here? Just email me, baby. Night Sky, just email it to me, Bill. But yeah, I have a lot of these opinions. Maybe, should we do a podcast as well? I'm going to start an OnlyFans this week where we can have more, like, you know, these, because, like, for example, YouTube doesn't like me saying the word Nazi, but I think we should call things for what they are, right? And we should call out bad behavior. We should call out discrimination when we see it in the New Age community. So YouTube doesn't like some of these conversations when they're political. They really don't like it at all. But I think when we have our OnlyFans, we just talk about whatever we want. Maybe we can do like a podcast about, you know, with spiritual bibis coming on, we can talk about the, you know, political aspect of being a New Age bibi. Not in a boring way, but, you know, those debates about culture and heritage and belonging and how we can support each other better, and, you know, how important it is to always check your obviously, you know, I'm always checking my privilege. I make a lot of mistakes all the time. All the time, Bill. Yeah, Manuel, I agree with that. I think that's the point. Like, above everything else, you should always spread love. And, you know, the oath of psychology, for example, which is another one of my backgrounds, is, you know, and indeed any, you know, practitioner who works with people is first do no harm, you know, the Hippocratic Oath and stuff like that. So, you know, first do no harm as much as you can, and at least hope you're doing some good. Claudia, You can, I'm taking PayPal questions today, baby. You can, if you, the super chat is for tips if you want to tip me in the spirit. But if you have a question for the dead, please send it via PayPal, baby. It's $33 per question. 33. Or if you have a regular question, it is 13. Oh, also, Claudia, I think I have you scheduled. I think I'm doing your reading after, by the way. If I am not mistaken, I have received it. Yeah, exactly, Night Sky, if you're not making mistakes. But I think it's about, you know, a willingness to just support boo-boos, you know, all of us supporting each other at all times. And, you know, being open to the love and stuff. All right, babies, let's go back to the spirit who came through, because this is, Boo-Boo, tell me in the chat, are you someone who's traveling right now, or you're like immigrated to a country, or you're an expat in a place that's not your original place? You have a grandfather, or if you have a father who is a little bit more like elder or older, there's a grandfather figure coming through, an older man. He gave you a lot of good advice when you were a kid. I think you like being around him. He taught you a lot of things. Saturnian energy here as well in this Hermit card. This person is saying go for it. There's something you're trying to do. You're either trying to open a business, or you don't know if you should move or relocate to a place. You're trying to go on an adventure. You have an idea. You have an ambition. You want to put yourself out there, baby, but you're not sure if it's time yet to make the move. And your wise grandpa, maybe elder uncle, your wise little boo-boo is saying, go for it. Oh yeah, Elizabeth, that might be you. I don't know if there's like an, you know, like your grandfather, someone here saying, go for it. There's an idea, like, you know, you want to open a business, or you want to do something, or whatever it is. There's like something you really want to do. And you're stopping yourself. You're like, oh, but is it going to work? Like, how is it going to work? How can I do this, you know? And it's about, like, you know, going through with it. The Three of Wands. It's about going through with it and doing it. Just do it. He's saying just do it, just like he always told you, you know? Something here about learning. I think this man really appreciated wisdom and learning. He was a highly educated man. And I think he really pushed you to do your academics, or like really focus on your learning. Someone like that, you know? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, baby. Well, maybe he's coming through, you know? I don't know. Could be a message for you. Whatever, you know, or maybe you're meant to hear it from somebody else's grandpa. There's something here about just doing it, you know, going on your journey. It's also, this spirit is someone who really encouraged the young to follow their dreams when they were alive. Could have been a counselor themselves, or maybe they worked with the youth. And this is someone who's saying, you know, go do the thing that feels right to you. You've got to follow your own unique journey, my baby. Imagine Media resonates for you? Okay, that's good. It could be, you know, sometimes the spirit will appear as for one specific person. Maybe they're meant to watch it later, but it will, you know, also resonate for other boo-boos, because the spirits, you know, they bring generosity, they bring advice for everyone. They know it's a collective reading, so they're coming through. It could be, you know, going in and out of different people's symbols and different shadows, you know. The dead are shadows. They're called shadows for a reason. Claudia, thank you, my baby. That's so scrumptious. Awesome. Thank you. Myself and the spirits, thank you. He was a very wise man, and he's just coming at that spirit. He's still here. He's a very wise man. There's something here, maybe he put, like, I don't know, but it's kind of like a little bit on the nose, but he's showing me chess or a dice. I'm seeing chess or a dice. Something about games or backgammon, kind of that kind of symbol. Let me get some water, babies. All right, let's do a little breaky. Then we'll get to your questions. So, boo-boos, it is $33 per question. I am taking necromantic questions for the Oracle of the Dead. You can ask a question of a specific spirit that you have on the other side, or any spirit that is willing to come through. All the spirits today are friendly towards us. I'm not letting in any energies that are not in keeping with the goddess path. You can ask for advice, or you can ask a specific question or a general message. It's $33. PayPal link is below. Don't forget to include your name and your question in the PayPal. But if you don't, not a big deal. Just stay till the end of the stream. I'm also taking regular questions, so if you have a question about love, career, you know, the usual stuff, it is $13. Also PayPal. If you wanna leave me a tip, any tip for the spirits, we're taking those via the super chat. Ah, Barbara, thank you. Stay blessed. Also to you, Bill. Ah, that's sweet. All right, let's do one final message from the spirits of the dead for the collective. Let's see who's coming through. Again, someone's seen a mature man in your life. This is your father. This is your father or your grandfather or your uncle, something like that. It's a man from the family, the King of Swords. Could have been a police officer. Could have been a police lawyer, judge, someone that worked in the justice system. Very stern man. He was quite cold and aloof, maybe unforgiving when he was around. Look, you're his kid. This is, I think you're the kid in this equation. So whatever that means to you could be like he was your uncle or dad. This person is saying that they're proud of you. I think you're following in their footsteps to some extent. Maybe you wanted to have the career that they had. You wanted to impress them. You wanted them to love you. You wanted them to, you know, like, there's something uneasy about the relationship you had when this person was around. You know, I think you felt like they had very high expectations or wanted things from you that maybe you felt like you couldn't give them all the time. They wanted you to be just like them. You know, they wanted you to go into their profession. Could have also been an academic, very stern academic. And you're kind of doing it now, and this person is saying that they are proud of you and they're sorry that they made you feel like that you had to be one specific thing. You know, it's like when someone's a lawyer, they want their kids to be a lawyer. When someone's a doctor, they want their kids to be a doctor. It could be a doctor too, or a surgeon. King of Swords can be a surgeon, my babies. Or a spy for some of you. This person is saying if you are unhappy on your path in life because you became something, because you wanted them to love you, they're saying they're sorry for that, and they're saying stop it. If you're thinking about quitting your studies or quitting your career because you took up that career because you wanted to fulfill their expectations, they're saying they see it now in a different light, and they're sorry that they put that on you, and they're saying quit while you're ahead because you could have a different path. They're saying follow your dream, and they're sorry that they put that on you. Four of Cups. They also are afraid that because of the way, it could have been a very disciplinarian person, not very close to you. They could have disciplined you a lot, and they're sorry for that. And they feel like now, if they only could give you the love, they would, but it's too late, and you can't see the love that they're trying to give you because they're on the other side. You can't see them. You can't accept it from them anymore in the way that they could have given it to you when they got the chance, and they're apologizing for that. Could have been someone who like disciplined you quite harshly, and they're saying they knew it was a mistake. All right, my baby, is that resonating for anybody, Bill? Let me open up my PayPal. I'm going to do more rants about like bad practices in the New Age community today. Thank you to the spirits for this part of the reading. The spirits are also grateful for all the super chats. They do appreciate the recognition. It does energize them, and it makes my life easier also because the spirits, when they come, they don't take my life force so much, but they do take the energy out of all the devices and everywhere. Like literally everything gets like taken down. So that, you know, that's a part of it. So it's nice when we recognize them. It energizes them more and makes my phone battery work longer. All right, so we're starting. Okay, so let me do the order for the next few boo-boos so you can align yourselves with the live. We got Heirloom Anthology. We got a Kat Wilson, who is also a friend of mine. And then we got Linda, and then we got Jill. So do we have Kat in the house? Do we have Linda, and do we have Jill, so I can do your questions? I don't want you to miss your question in the live. Typical, you know, Kat is a friend of mine. And she left the building. I'm just kidding. Fabulous one, you're here. All right, so we can start with Linda. We can do Kat in a second. So yeah, full disclosure, Kat is actually a friend of mine, but she has been very supportive of my whole, like, you know, crazy lifestyle these past 38 years. And I really appreciate her love, and that she is honoring the spirits, because we don't necessarily have the same, you know, spiritual beliefs, but she's been so sweet about it. So I always appreciate that. And I'm so excited to give her a message from the other side. Linda, always too generous. Thank you, Bill. Let's see what the messages are. Let's see who's coming through. Please show me. Spirits. Who is here? Okay, Linda, listen. Boo-boo, fabulous one. So first of all, we'll do more than one message, because there's different stuff coming through. I think this is your aunt again today with your cousins, with your cousin, that one cousin who came through last time, the older one. Was it the older one last time? One of them. Yeah, but they're here again. It's like every time we open the door for you, they're immediately here. Look, the Six of Swords. So, you know, this is that. It's like the whole family that was in the vehicle at the time. You know, so it's them again. But they're, again, you know, helping you. They're helping you transition right now into achieving the goals that you want to be achieving, Bill. Yeah, Margie. They're all helping you together to get to where you need to go. You know, they're saying that. And even in the sadness, even on a difficult day when it's raining and you feel like nothing's going your way, they're still there protecting you. They're still there, you know, supporting you. When you're also, you know, when you're in transit, walking around, it's always in transit too. When you walk somewhere where you're going somewhere in your car too, that's important to know. She's protecting you. And she's helping you, you know, get over any sadness always. Hi, Selimar. Hi, beautiful. And here's your cousin, Page of Wands again. And their message for you today is, you know, they appreciate the remembrance that you've been doing with them. So this is about maybe you've been doing some extra things for them, or you've been acknowledging them recently more, or thinking about them. They appreciate it. They feel invited into the fold. They feel invited into your house. They always felt like that, but they feel more so today. And you know, they just also came through to celebrate you and to say, give yourself credit for all the beautiful things that you've done. And you do have friends here. You know, this is friends. I think they're also telling you that, you know, now might be a good time to look at what new friends you're making, you know. As per the other conversation we were having, there, you know, a new group of friends could be coming towards you, and you know, a better one. And I think what they're saying is they're going to be vetting those people. They're going to be bringing them to you. And also in love, you know, generosity coming your way, you know, better times, someone who knows equal give and take. Could be through a new love, or through new friends, you're going to meet the love, or through the love, you're going to meet the new friends. But there's a whole chapter of your life that's going to start, like, you know, just trust that, Bill. No doubt. The number 6 is coming up. I think until You know what? Until the end of March, the number 6 is your lucky number. You might see the number 6, not 6. No, I'm just kidding. But the number 6 is important. You could be seeing double sixes and stuff like that. It is, 6 is a number of prosperity, harmony, beauty. 6 is a good number. It's a magical number. 6 and 3, the number of the goddess. So 3, 6, 6, 3, 3, 3, 3, 6, 6, 6, something like that. And whenever see those numbers, also she is there with your cousins. DJ Castaway. Night Sky, goodbye, my nightly musician. Goodbye, boo-boo. Thanks for coming. All right, we'll do a second message for Linda. Let's see who else is coming through. Let me just take a quick little break because... We got some good vibes with the spirits today. I think they're appreciating it. I think I'm going to do this on the regular because the spirits like it. They like to be featured. They like the attention. They got things to say. Maybe somebody needs to hear some of these messages. DJ Castaway, thank you. It's inspired by the Templar crosses. But I'm a Templar today. We haven't spoken to the Templars yet today. They need attention too. Let's see who. So who's coming through for Linda? Someone's coming through. There's a spirit of fulfillment and plenty coming your way. Abundance, Linda. I don't think this is somebody you know. Let's see, who is this? There's a spirit here to tell you that you will be abundant. Who is this? Wow, okay. You know what, Linda? This is almost like an angel. It's like, it's a spirit of the dead. It's a person who was a person. They lived a life, but they're also almost like an angel or starseed themselves. You got temperance here. There's an angel here. Angel of abundance. It's almost like Jesus at the feast, when he turns water into wine. It's kind of saying that, there's a spirit here of a person who they were either so like, this is, okay, whatever, however this sounds, right? They could have been some kind of a martyr, or they could have been someone who died for their beliefs. You have the Ten of Swords. This is a very unpleasant death, death by sacrifice of some kind. It's an ancient spirit. I don't think it's someone you know in this lifetime necessarily. Could be an ancestor, Linda. If you have someone like, your ancestry deeply, like there could be like a story in your ancestry about somebody who like died for their values or was like almost became a martyr to a cause, and they were so self-sacrificing. They were basically like an earth angel. They were fighting for something. It's a fighter. It's a warrior who was fighting for a cause, and they sacrificed themselves for it. And they're telling you that you will be abundant, that you're, doing the work of transformation right now. And the Nine of Cups is so important to you because you're turning water into wine. Things will go your way. Even when you doubted, even when you're not sure, they will. Judgment here as well. This is the phoenix rising from the flames. I think you're coming into a time right now. The spirit is saying, they've seen it all before, and you're coming into a time right now that will be a new life. So it's like in the next chapter of your life, but there's going to be almost like a definite break between the past and the present. So it's going to be like your life before this and your life after this. So something really good and epic is coming your way that's going to give you this abundance. It's almost like a miracle. This could be also the spirit of like, it's an angelic vibration. So it could be like, again, like I keep getting martyr, or either like a soldier who was martyred, or an actual martyr, like a saint or something even. Someone who had traveled as well, Two of Pentacles, and died when they were away. The Four of Swords was laid to rest. But they have come through, and I think Like I say, I'm pretty sure it's like an ancient spirit. I don't think it's necessarily someone you know. It's an ancient spirit that has recognized your energy. And you know, that's little starseed angelic energy, Linta. That's the one that's coming through to say you're going to be okay. There's a lot of angels in this reading is always with you. You know, you got Gabriel, you got Michael here. You got Templars coming through as well. I'll do one question for the Templars for you as well because I know they're around you. You know, a lot of confirmation. Why are you saying this to Linda? Yeah, because this person has a message to convey because they want you to know this. You know, it's a messenger. Knight of Pentacles. They recognize your value. They recognize, and starseed, no, I think there's something about starseeds. This person was a starseed in the ancient world. They recognize what you're going through. They recognize the difficulty of living in the material world for people like us. And they're just saying, you know, you're on your way, boo. It seemed like a slow progress or a slow journey, but just know you're on the right track and you are a warrior of light. You're more than welcome, fabulous one. Let's keep going with the messages. Let's see what the Templars have to say. And then we'll take a little break. We'll gossip about New Age stuff, and then we'll do more questions. Please. Templar spirits, what do you have to say? Keep fighting for what you believe in. The Templars are here, but the Templars, look at the Templars. They, number one, very appreciate the gifts and the offerings. Look at this. This is you in your a beautiful little garden and living your best life with your little birdie here, you know, women of success about to come into your greater abundance. They see that, you know, and they appreciate it because you're like feeding them, you know, doing little things for them. They see it, they appreciate it. The King of Swords is coming through is what they want to tell you. Keep going, keep believing, and like keep doing the thing that you believe in, Bill. Maybe there's been some difficulties with your father recently too. I don't know if you're aware of it. There's something up with him, but it's not like good in the sense of like I don't think he's like being like remorseful or anything. He's in the devil energy, you know. He's that devil that's like, you know, got you bound to, you know, a version of life or a version of yourself that he only believes in. The father figure here. There could be some devilish stuff going on behind the scenes as well. So just to let you know, that's kind of what they're saying. Four of Cups. Don't reject yourself. I'm not saying you're rejecting yourself, but don't reject yourself. Like it's like a daily practice. What, you know, the love you're giving to the Templar spirits around you, they're appreciating it. Also, by the way, the devil is a Templar card. It comes from the mythology of the Templars. They came up with this version of the devil. They created this. I mean, not really the Templars, but in their confessions when they got caught and tortured, they were like, we worship this devil. He looks like this. And that's what it looked like, the Baphomet. So the Templars know this devil very well, you know, like they can see when the devil is coming up with the toxicity and bad behavior. Something happened behind the scenes to do with your dad. Be aware of that. And don't reject yourself. You know, give onto yourself. Feed yourself. All the love, all the support. Just how you're feeding the spirits, feed yourself too. They're appreciating the beauty. And it's that little birdie. They're appreciating the music. I forgot to say. They're just reminding me. Don't forget the little birdie. They love the music. But just as you give to them and share of your space with them and give them gifts, give yourself the same gifts. You know, spiritually. Before you give on to anybody else. Before you give on to anybody else, Bill. And that new love that's coming, that Six of Pentacles, the message that came from your aunt and cousins, was about someone coming in with the same level of generosity. But until you meet someone with your level, your energy of generosity, give on to yourself. They really appreciate all your recognition of them. They feel very safe. They feel like it's a beautiful garden of plenty where they've landed right now with you. It nourishes them. It allows them to do work. They're also saying they will continue to send you messages. So if those messages aren't arriving necessarily, or a dream hasn't come, they will be coming in different forms all the time. There's not going to be a break to it. So, sometimes it just takes a little bit longer for the messages to land. They're saying the messages are coming all the time. And they're so grateful. And you're very beautiful. They lucked out. They like that healing feminine energy. They're appreciating it so much. Oh, Bill. That is just so sweet. That is just so sweet. You're most welcome, fabulous one. I love you, Bill. All right, let's see what other messages are here. So, Kat, are you here, my baby? You want me to see you later, after hours? Is Jill with us? Jill, are you here on the other side? Is Jill with us, my babies? Should I do Jill later? Okay, let's skip over. I think Elizabeth is here, so let's do Elizabeth. Let me just take a quick note of who we have done. We got to do Jill, and we got to do Kat, so we'll do Elizabeth. Or Clifford. Elizabeth has a question for the tarot, so this is not necromancy. We'll see what comes through. It might be a spirit. Anyway, Clifford. We have a love question, baby. Elizabeth, let me know you're still here because I want to do it live for you, so you get the full energy of it, baby. Clifford, hi, Clifford. This is like, this whole Elizabeth Clifford thing is going to go down in this history of Blue Angel Tarot. Like, we're going to have a t-shirt that says Elizabeth equals Clifford. That was my blondest moment. Like, I don't think it gets any blonder than that. All right. Okay, baby, let's do it. Did he enjoy the weekend? Wow. All right, let's see if he enjoyed it. I hope not. Lady T, did I get your PayPal payment? Yeah, that's okay, but let's see. Is it from Tansy? Which one is yours, Bill? Lady T. If it's from Tansy, I received it. You'll just have to put your question down here. And if you want, Lady T, I'm going to do Elizabeth now, and then I'll get straight to you while you're still in the chat. And you can just tell me in the chat while I get to you, baby. That's okay. Yeah, PayPal's really glitchy. It's not like super straightforward, you know. It is medieval, you know. PayPal is from the Middle Ages, but because I'm traveling, this is really the only way to send money, like the only reliable way. All right, so let's see. Did he enjoy his weekend away, Elizabeth? Let's see. Oh, he's so miserable. Not really. Not really. Hanged Man, all right? Four of Cups. So I think the weekend away was meant to be fun, and he didn't enjoy it. I think, you know, maybe he went somewhere where people were having fun, but he wasn't. You know, sitting under a tree moping. Hanged Man, you know, he feels kind of suspended in time as always, feeling sorry for himself, like thinking about the past, not moving on with his life, with everything, you know. And this is, you know, not moving on from the past, like in general, you know, all the things that didn't go his way. He's just like feeling sorry for himself, and he's got the Four of Cups here, you know, rejecting the fun. Rejecting the enjoyment. You know, it's kind of like somebody told him to smile more and like he doesn't smile or something. Just not having a nice time. He was thinking about the Empress. The Empress, there's a shadow of the Empress all around him. But I do feel like it's your energy, Bill. I think he's thinking about you, and he doesn't like that he's thinking about you because you're coming up in that Empress energy. You reclaimed your power on the Ides of March, and that really hit him hard because the Ides of March are about the Emperor. So for you, it's the Empress, Bill. He doesn't like the new power dynamic. He wishes he had more fun. Yeah, good, because you changed the dynamic. Now it's very different. It just comes across real different now. Has he been thinking about movement when he's coming back? Ooh. Okay, 3 cards flew out. Yeah, he's definitely thinking about it. He knows he's going to have to make some kind of movement, some kind of an action. He's hoping to change things around. So you got the Wheel of Fortune. I'll be honest with you. He's thinking about making move, pushing things through so that, things do change. He knows a change is in order, but you got the Ace of Wands here next to it. I think he is, in a way, going to try, in a very low vibration, he's going to try and make it go back to how it used to be. He doesn't like the new order. He doesn't like the new dynamic. He wants it to go back to how it used to be when he was in charge. Ace of Wands. He's going to do that. He's going to do something to make it, reclaim his power, basically, and control over the situation. And, it's all about you here, this beautiful single Bibil. Again, Empress vibes, beautiful garden, little birdie. You got it all. You don't need him. You showed him you don't need him. You're like, yeah, okay, whatever, fine. He doesn't like that. He really doesn't like that. Yeah, she won't, exactly. Empress won't give up her crown. So, but he's thinking he's going to try. He's going to try and destabilize the situation in some way. Let's see what else he's thinking. Bibil. Yeah, I would just say he's always so conflicted and weird. Be careful. You got the Empress for his feelings. So he's recognized that you pulled back your energy. He doesn't want that. So, the feelings are definitely still romantic. It's love as much as he can love. But he does see you as someone who's destabilized his situation, the Two of Pentacles. In a weird way, he feels disrespected in some way because to him, I guess, being in control, having power over somebody is how he gets his own self-respect. It's a very weak energy. Then you have the Four of Cups. In his intentions, he again, just be careful. Even though the feelings are there, this is somebody who's trying to go back to how it used to be, where you were giving him an offer and he was rejecting it, but he still expected you to keep making it. It's him sulking again. He's got a lot of Four of Cups sulking energy. And then the Queen of Swords. Expect communication. You guys are going to be talking. But he's trying to go back to how things used to be, where he was the one in control. And he was the one hurting you. Yeah. But it's his energy all over. And Four of Cups, Bibus, by the way, Bibus, Four of Cups is not necessarily rejection. It's not considering something that is good for you. Or not doing the right thing. It's feeling sorry for yourself. Not appreciating the things you already have. Not doing the work. Immaturity. Four of Cups is a student who's not studying. You should be studying, but you're not studying. Even though you should be. That's him all over, really. When it comes to the spiritual and love side of things. Yeah, well, there you go, Elizabeth, though. I mean, expect him to try and turn things back around, but in his feelings, he's had some kind of a wake-up call as well, I think he's really, in awe of how much power you took back. And it's left a big impression on him. He does not like this situation. Yeah, don't go back to the old energy. Yeah, stay aloof. Don't let him destabilize you and put you in a situation where you're chasing the energy or overgiving to him. Don't give him anything. He's going to hate it. It will. Somebody has to bridge the gap. If you don't, then it's just a matter of which one of you wins. I'm telling you, call upon that Scorpio ascendant. Scorpio never loses a battle of the wills. Take out the big guns. All right, Elizabeth, my Bibil, I hope that helps. He's just always not crazy energy. Empress on the one hand, twice, and then you got like all that crazy stuff. You're most welcome, Boo. He has become a meme. But it's his own doing, you know? Yeah, relationship shows are complicated, Imagine Media, for sure, my baby. All right, Boo-Boos, let's do T and C. Lady T. So, Lady T, I know you're in the house. I know you're live right now. So, I'm going to do your question. You're wondering if there are any messages from your mom or your baby daughter. Any advice? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Who is coming through in terms of, are there messages from your mom? Oh, that's what you know what? That's what I thought. And she came through straight away, Queen of Swords. Yeah, there are messages from your mom. That's what I had in my mind when you said your mom, and that card came out. Your mom is here. I can feel a cool breeze. That her energy is very strong. Maybe she was a very strong woman or went through some hardships in her life. She could have been a widow or someone who was divorced. But she was a good person, very righteous. She didn't suffer any fools, but she had a lot of burdens in her life. But she carried herself with a lot of pride and a lot of dignity. Beautiful woman. Very beautiful woman. Let's see. This is a message. I don't know why this is coming up like this. Well, I'll ask her for more messages. You got death at the bottom of the deck. So, you know, this is from, you know, straight up from the underworld, from the other side, Boo. Your mom is talking to you about a man in your life. There's a King of Wands. It's either someone who you're thinking about moving away from or putting distance between yourself and this man, or there's distance between you. What about this man? Please tell me. Please tell me, Spirit. What about this man? What should my baby do? This is so your mom is giving you some advice about a man. So it's someone who either recently is in your life or someone who's in your life right now. If you feel like someone's being defensive or weird, there's a King of Wands in your life who could be gaslighting you. The Seven of Chalices, your mom is telling you to move away from him. It's not a good energy for you. Yeah, pure and kind and strict. Yeah, that's the Queen of Swords, baby. Oh, I'm so sorry. You lost her to your stepdad. I understand. I'm so sorry. We lost her to domestic violence, to the worst shadow side of the patriarchy. So she's coming up so clean, so pure, like, you know, a warrior for women. She came through so strongly, and there's a cool breeze around me that's like extremely strong energy. She's always around you, protecting you. She is your angel and your warrior. So she knows about no good men. She's telling me something about this guy that you finished with, where things ended after 6 years, Tommy. She's saying move on from him. He was confusing your life. He's not healthy. There's something toxic about him. If you get back together, or, you know, if he returns into your life, he's bringing more burdens to you. He was very defensive about a lot of things. I don't think he's going to change. And I think he was, let's see, what was it about him? What was it about the seven chalices? Was he a liar? I think he was maybe not a major liar, but I don't think he was always 100% honest about things. I think he is a weakling and a coward to some extent. Your mother is saying you are better off without him. I don't know if you've recently heard from him or you're about to, but your mother is just giving you that message to move on from this man. How is that resonating for you, Lady T? And if he ended it around Valentine's and he's an extra douche flute, no good things come from him. It's a blessing. Your mother's saying it's a blessing that he did that. It would have happened anyway. Oh, he sent a message today. That's what your mother's saying. Block and delete. Your mother's saying block and delete from database, boo-boo. Open the message. Open the boo-boo. Let me pull one more card from your mother. It's so, I'm so glad you asked this question. See, your mother came through for you. He's going to try and persuade you. He's going to try and give you something that he thinks that you want. Don't fall for it. It's Tower at the bottom of the deck. This is a fall. He's going to pretend like wolf in sheep's clothing. Your mother is saying, if you don't want to open it, just like block and delete anyway. You can read it, I don't know, for your own satisfaction, and then boom, get rid of it. There will be better men out there for you. This man is not the one. Don't let him mix you up and destabilize your situation. Please, Spirit, tell me what else. What other messages do we have? There's some unfinished business. There could be unfinished business with like a sibling or women in your life who they could live a little bit farther away. Let's see if this is for you or for your mom. Oh my gosh, look, the same combination coming through. I think it's kind of like for both of you because it's the same family, but I think it's for your mom, Queen of Swords. Maybe she had siblings or your siblings, something here about, and it's feminine energies. There's siblings that she has unfinished business with, or you haven't seen them in a long time. This is about a message about if you were planning a journey to see some people in your family, you should go. And she wants her siblings, whether it's your siblings or her siblings, she wants them to know, or the family members, she wants them to know that she's okay and don't feel sad for her. How's that resonating, Lady T? Did your mom have sisters or is it you? They feel like there's unfinished business. Could have been some kind of a conflict in the family too. There's unfinished business. Either the family lives far away. Jody, yeah, your messages are coming through. If you send the payment, I'm sure that we have received it. I'm going to check it when we're done with this reading, boo-boo. Jody, don't worry. I'm going to check it in a second. Oh, female cousins. It's someone she had like unfinished business or unfinished conflict or like, you know, like... or they feel like there's unfinished business, but they live far away. It could have been cousins as well. Something like that. Feminine energies. It's women. I don't think it's men. What message for them? She's saying you should go see them. There's like some sense of justice to be had here, you know? If there were any... you know, difficulties between your mom and other family members, she wants it to be laid to rest. She wants to do it justice. So she wants them to know that, you know, it's okay. Let's see if she has other messages, and then we'll look at the baby energy. Particularly with a journey, Lady T, you're meant to, like, if you're considering a journey, you don't want to go somewhere because it's a journey. Go on the journey, your mother is saying. Yeah, she's telling you to go on a journey. Your prosperity will improve when you go on this journey. You may be thinking of relocating or like getting a new place or moving, even a journey from one part of the city to another town or something like that. She's saying go to the other, like make a journey. The Six of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles for you, and the Six of Pentacles. If you're looking to improve your financial situation, you will do that through a journey. You will come into your power, into your own once you've made that journey. Oh, and your maybe, yeah, it could be a grandma, maybe, for sure. Whoever it is, Lady T, you know, maybe they all just need to hear that message. You know, sometimes it's conflicts that we're not even aware of, that people have some weirdness between them. But your mother just wants everyone to know that all is forgiven, and she's, you know, there's no need to feel like there's unfinished business. It's not unfinished business anymore. It's finished and forgiven. You might, you know, maybe it's a job that you're about to take somewhere, but it's like going somewhere, going to a new place. That's where you're meant to be going. Let's see if messages from your baby daughter. Something about her father. Who was her dad? There's something, you know, it's about like, the baby daughter, you know, babies or, you know, young children, they become angels straight away. You know, they're very angelic. So she's watching out for you as well, and she's also telling you something about her father. But it could be, or if it's the same man, I don't know, the man who's you know, that broke up with you. That King of Wands again coming up. You know, a man not so positive in your life. Maybe both of them were negative. Her dad and this man. So just saying, she's watching over you so that you can be happy in your relationships. And she's acknowledging all the hard work you did as a mother to her, despite of the fact that the other parent wasn't living up to expectations. He was violent. Oh, good. So she's acknowledging that. She's saying that, you know, thank you, Mom, and thank you for being so brave that you did that. And she's acknowledging that she understands that he was a violent and bad person. And that it's a good thing you had the strength to leave good. And she's saying, you know, your fortune will improve. With the fortune, you know, you're going out there in the world, Two of Wands. Even when you left him, you improved your life, and it's going to keep improving. She's always with you. She's your little angel. I'm also understanding that she will be, look, and I'm not here to push any belief on people, but she will be going to a new place soon. Doesn't mean she's not going to be, she's still going to be with you in spirit always. I believe spirits come in different dimensional forms. There's a part of her spirit that's always going to be with her. It's that angel. It's her. But then there's a part of her soul that's now going into a different place, like a higher place in heaven or a reincarnation space, whatever you believe in. She's going through a major transformation right now, but she wants you to know that she's always watching out for you, and she is so happy that you got away from that man. And she's appreciating what a good mother you are. Oh, Lady T, there's no answer to that. Nobody knows. But once she's on the other side, it doesn't, you know, it's not the same dynamic. So it's not a matter of losing her. It's like now there's like a different connection and a different sphere of understanding. Nobody knows why it has to happen like that. You know, people have free will. I don't believe in a divine plan that sends us lessons through violence and through murder and mass murder and all this. It was this man's free will that did it. That's why it had to happen like that. You know, but big change is coming for everyone, and also her soul is going into a higher vibration, my boo-boo, and she's always with you. These are beautiful messages, Lady T, you received today. Your mother is very strong. She's going to be your fiercest warrior queen at all times. Call upon her for any kind of help whenever you're in trouble, having whatever, especially in times of great need. Call upon your mom. She's the spirit that's around you all the time. She's protecting you. All right, Boo-Boo, thank you so much for your question, and thank you to the spirits for appearing, for my Boo-Boo, for my Lady T. And I'm so sorry to hear about what happened here with your mom and everything else. You know, this is why I hate the patriarchy. This is why your mommy, me, the mommy, hates the patriarchy. This is the lowest of the low vibration of patriarchal abuse. Boo-boos, I see new people in the chat. Hi, Queen Liz. Barbara, thank you for sharing. Boo-boos, thank you for supporting each other in the chat as well. I see it. I appreciate it, baby. I'm so proud that we have this scrumptious little chat. Yeah, Jody, I'll get to you as well. So listen, Boo-boos, if you want to submit a question for me or for the Oracle of the Dead, I am taking necromancy questions. It's for the spirits of the dead. You can ask a question of a specific spirit, someone who has passed on from your family or a friend. It can be a specific question, or it can be a general question, see what messages are coming through. Or you can ask a question of even a celebrity spirit, or you can ask a question of a historical figure, or an open question for the spirits in the underworld, and one of them will come forward from the underworld and answer it tonight or today, depending on your time zone. Just make note of the fact this is not a mediumship reading. I do not guarantee that a spirit will come, but if they do not, a specific spirit cannot show up, a different one will come through, so you will receive your answer. This is the Necromanteion, where we ask the spirits of the dead for advice about the living, and also spiritual advice. So it's $33 per question. The PayPal link is in the description box below. And my babies, don't forget, if possible, to include your name and your question in the PayPal. If you want me to answer your regular tarot questions, I'm taking those as well. Those are $13 per question, and it's the same procedure. PayPal link is in the description box below. All right, we got Spiral 12. I know we had, so we had Lady T, then we have Jody. Jody. Okay, so let me find your question. Okay, you want a reading for your niece. Spiral 12, Jody, my baby. Do you have a specific question, Jody? I'm going to wait for Jody to respond because I know she's waiting. She's all queued up, my boo-boos, and then we'll take the other questions. We have Jill, we have Kat, and we have Joanne, and we've got a couple other ones. Ballad 103, switch my PayPal to a better service. Boo-boo, I'm in a foreign country. There's no other service here. But thanks for the tax advice, Boo-boo. Oh, Jody's here. All right. Okay, your niece who passed away a month ago. That is the question. Okay. Okay, Boo-boo. Yeah. Do we have a spirit? Is the spirit here? Jody's niece who passed away a month ago. You know, a lot of beautiful messages from the spirits today, from individual spirits in your lives. A lot of this abundance, you know, 9 of chalices. A lot of the spirits are saying, don't cry. You know, this is just a transition. Your niece was a very, you know, her spirit is a very scrumptious boo-boo. She's coming up as the Lovers. I think she was a very, either someone, when she was born, either like, she was really like wanted, you know, her parents maybe had a difficulty conceiving, or they really wanted a kid. Like, she's just so loved. And even if that wasn't the relationship she had with her parents, I think the world loved her, and she loved the world. She could have been a Gemini or had some kind of a Gemini energy to her, or something about the Gemini season was important to her in her lifetime. She was just a little angel, and she still is. Oh, you miss her so much, Boo-boo. She knows that, but look, she's coming up as this beautiful angel. And she was such a joy to everyone, you know. I think she was very much loved. She was just like a very, very loved little Boo-boo. She's saying she understands that her passing caused a lot of heartbreak, the 3 of Swords. I'm getting teary. I feel the mourning. I feel all the tears that were shed for her. A lot of people cried and were sad that she's gone now. 3 of Swords, a lot of heartbreak. She sees your heartbreak, and she's appreciative of this. I say this in the necromantic readings to people. a lot of spirits will come through for you and they will speak with you when they see that when they passed, your sadness for them. I'm really feeling it now. It's okay, boo-boos. You know, I'm channeling someone's feelings about this. A lot of spirits come through for you when they feel like at the time of their passing, you were truly sorry to see them go. And your sadness and your sorrow was true. And it's not to say other people's wasn't, Boo. It's just there's something about the way that you miss her that, you know, really like, you know, is you have a true heart and she knows it. You know how it is. Some people say they love you and then when you pass, like, whatever, you know, they're over it in 2 months or something. But she understands that there were a lot of true hearts. Your heart, other people's hearts were very true to that, to the sadness. And there's something very authentic and genuine about them feeling sorry, you feeling sorry to see her go. And she understands it, but she's saying, don't cry. She is in a better place now. She is fulfilled. She doesn't have the same kinds of needs she had before. And she wants you to be happy. She wants you to fulfill yourself. There's something here about you and maybe other people in the family, maybe not like neglecting themselves a little bit. You know, it is a recent passing. You could be neglecting yourself a little bit, not fulfilling like your basic needs even, or somebody else in the family isn't. So she's saying, you know, take care of yourself now. You know, you've done the crying, you've done the mourning, take care of yourself. And she's always going to be this, look at this beautiful angel. She's always going to be this beautiful angel who takes care of you. She understands the love. She knows there's a lot of love around her and she appreciates it. But don't neglect yourself. Let's see what other messages she has for you, Bill. Also, the Queen of Swords, you know, this widow here at the bottom of the deck, you know, she's just saying she understands, you know, a lot of sadness and mourning missing her. What specific messages, Bill? You're going to, okay, so there's just some specific messages for you, and then I'll answer the question we have now. The Ten of Cups, she's telling you, so, you know, the souls of the dead know more than us. They see a little bit of the future. She's telling you you're going to be very happy. Maybe you have doubts about that, you know. Something about your own family, whether you have your own family now or not. I think the happiness you seek in a family life is coming for you. You're going to be very happy with your own family. And she's going to be protecting you, and she's going to be a little angel in that family. And regardless of how sad you are, she's kind of saying it had to happen the way it happened, her passing. Something about her passing that she says it was kind of had to happen this way, almost, not to say meant to be, but it really just couldn't happen any other way. And she's not, you know, she's not sad about it because it's not the end. It's only the beginning. The Two of Wands, you know. It's not the end. So she's aware of that. She wants you to know that as well. Then you have the Hermit. Don't isolate yourself. Don't spend too much time in the morning. Don't spend too much time in this hair shirt, you know. She's saying go out there and find the happiness that you seek. She sees you being very happy in the future. And let's see what you're not seeing. What is it? Tell me, Spirit. What is it your aunt is not seeing? I'm sure she did. Absolutely. The angels told her too. That's what I'm hearing. Your little angel, it's interesting. So she's saying, wow. I don't know why, if this is something that's, you know, on your mind right now, but it's a lot of these things, messages from her about like your happiness and your in love and, you know, having a family or having your own family. Again, I'm not clear if she means like the family you have now or a family that you want to have, but there is what you're not seeing. She's saying you're not seeing a man, the King of Wands. You're either not expecting a man to enter your life or you're not seeing him. You may think that you're never going to have the man that you want. The Hanged Man is delays. She's saying it came delay. He's coming to you at a slow pace with a delay, but that doesn't mean he's not arriving. And I see a child, the Page of Cups. So it's either someone who has been delayed in your life, the good guy you seek is delayed, or it could be girl, anyone in between with masculine energy. But the person you seek is coming towards you, and either they will take care of your kid, they have their own kid, you're going to have a kid together or more. Could be more than one kid. How's that resonating for you, Jody? In the hospital, the angels told her. She was already, I think when you were talking to her, there was something about her already being, like in her spirit was already on the other side to some extent, and the angels were telling her what you were telling her. But she did hear you as well. She thought you were amazing, by the way, Queen of Wands. She thought you were like really gorgeous and like beautiful, and you had your own life. You're like a role model of some kind. Maybe she told you that. Maybe you know it. Like a cool aunt almost. She's going to communicate with him, or she's already communicating with him. So she's saying, open yourself up to that. King of Wands again, so also him. You got Death, the High Priestess, and the Page of Swords. She's saying she's communicating with him from the other side. Death is not the end. She's already sending messages now. If he's unable to receive them for whatever reason, that's okay. She's going to keep sending them until he's able to receive. She's speaking to him directly. They're always in communication, and she's always around him. Also, Page of Swords, you know, his little kid. Death is not the end. Can he not hear her? She's kind of saying that. Can you hear me? Kind of like you said, could she hear your voice in the hospital? She'll find a way to communicate with him that is valid to him, that he can understand. But also, death is not the end, and more so, life goes on. Don't get stuck in the in-between. Life goes on. Follow her advice. Death is not the end, but also life goes on. He may be wondering, he may be seeing things or hearing things or whatever it is, feeling things. Maybe he's wondering, is it her? Yes, it always is. Every time, it's always her. For now and forever, it's her. Just so he knows. All right, Bibu, I hope that resonated. Let me know in the chat. She seems to be very, very convinced you're going to be very happy in your future. So that's also very sweet. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, you're most welcome, Jody. Bless you. I'm so sorry for your loss, but she's very adamant. She's saying death is not the end, and the angels told her many beautiful things, maybe told her secrets. She will communicate specifically with her dad very directly. That's all she has to say about it, and he needs to listen. If it doesn't happen now, it's at some point she'll break through. All right, bless you, my Bibu. All right, Bibis, we're going to continue with the questions. Just a quick reminder, I am taking PayPal questions. For the Oracle of the Dead, it is $33 per question. The PayPal link is in the description box below. And it's $33. You can ask a question of a specific spirit who's on the other side, like a loved one or a friend, or you can ask a question of the spirits of the dead, and one of the spirits of the dead, probably an ancient spirit or someone who has passed on at some point, will be coming forward from the underworld to answer your question. Usually if you're asking of a specific person, they will come forward, but that doesn't always happen, so I can't guarantee it. It is $33 per question. This is the Oracle of the Dead live. Also, if you would like to ask me a regular tarot question like love, career, etc., you can also submit that. It is $13 per question, my boo-boo, and the PayPal link is in the description box below. April, yeah, music is, I think, the spirits communicate through music as well. They like music. There's something about music I always thought, and I know, see, a Gondora Official, shout out to Gondora Official, my magical sister. She's an amazing Scorpio practitioner. Go subscribe to her channel and like her videos. Also subscribe to my channel and like my videos, boo-boo, if you haven't already. Gondora Official, Angie, she composes a lot of music. You can buy her music. A lot of my background music is from her. And she also works with healing and stuff like that through music. She's connected to that goddess tradition from Dendera in Egypt, where there was a lot of sound healing and stuff like that. I believe that music and sound, there's something liminal about it. I believe that it does bring the spirits in, and I believe that it does penetrate the other realms in ways that other types of art can't, maybe. It's just in my opinion. There's something about music. Spirits use music a lot. And they appreciate it. Pennsylvania, TJ. Hello, Pennsylvania. All right. Do we have Jill in the house? I skipped you over before, Jill. If you're not coming forward, I'm just going to do your question now, and you can go back to the reading later and watch it, baby. Joe, thank you. Thank you. Joe is a Blue Angel extraordinaire. He comes and mods the live sometimes. Oh, Joe, you missed. Were you here? You missed the whole drama. Biz, if you just entered the chat, my stalker was here last time. I had to block him. Joe, you know what happened? My stalker came into the live 2 days ago, and he submitted a PayPal question, and the question was basically my friend blocked me everywhere, and I have fake accounts trying to reach her, but I don't know how. Can I have some advice? And I didn't realize it was him because he was using a fake name. And then halfway through it, I was like, oh my God, it's him. And I blocked him. Isn't that funny? Joe, this is a sketch. This whole thing, I know we're doing, yeah, no shit. It was a sketch, but at least I know I'm a good tarot reader because he did come to me for advice on how to stalk me better. So bless him. All right, this is the update on my life. This isn't just a regular stalker. It's just this is someone who used to be in literally used to be a friend or whatever. I used to know him in real life. I haven't spoken to him in such a long time. I don't know if he's gone off the rails or what his problem is. Yeah, the guy from 2 weeks ago. Yeah, him. It's the same guy. Joe, did you know that he emails all the tarot readers and all the people in my other job? He's emailed everyone I've ever worked with, tarnishing my name and stuff. He's out to get me. TJ, I take PayPal questions only. If you have if you don't have PayPal and it's a super pressing question and it's a question for the dead, I can make one exception, but it is $33 per question. But only if you don't have PayPal, because I can't make too many of these exceptions because you know how it is. And YouTube take a very large chunk of that, and it's just going to be chaos. So it's just easier to order it if it comes through PayPal. But if you feel like you really need to connect to a spirit, I'm not going to refuse that because, spirits are sacred. But only if you don't have PayPal. And if you do have PayPal, it is PayPal questions, $33 per question. TJ, my PayPal is in the description box below, my baby. And all the information, all the instructions are in the description box of this video. Just expand, it should say show more in the description box right beneath the video, the 3 dots, and it's got all the information there, baby. The PayPal. I can post it now as well if you want. Is Jill still in the house, my baby? Jill's still not here. You're welcome, TJ. Let me post this PayPal, my babies. So yeah, my stalker's getting readings from me now. That's my life, my babies. Okay, let's go. Oh, thank you, Joe. Boo Boo, Joe just posted the PayPal in the chat as well. All right, so let's do. You know what? Let's just have a little chit chat so I can rest a little bit, because the necromantic readings are always higher vibrational. It's kind of incredible, isn't it? People are insane. People are insane. But that's why you should delete people from the database, because this is what happens. They won't let, they won't let you rest. Let me find the PayPal. All right. We were talking about, what else were we talking about, my babies? Oh, fabulous one. Oh, you sent a gift to Gondor's friend, Christine. That's very generous of you. That's very kind to you. Yeah, Gondor is always helping people. She helped me out a lot. She is a saint, okay? I'm Blue Angel, but like she is the angel of angels. Like I'm not even an angel. I'm just pretending to be an angel, But she is a true angel. We have many past lives together. We were priestesses in past lives together. But she was, higher of rank. I'm just a peasant compared to her, basically. I'm just a comedian. I'm her court jester, and I love it. Like, it's a privilege. But, in terms of, like, just spirituality and just how evolved she is, she is my role model. I love her so much. So much. Also, what other juicy gossip do I have for you? Oh, Joe, I stepped on a snail before I started the live, and I feel so guilty. I think I killed it. I felt a crunch. Oh my gosh, it's going to destroy my life right now. Also, send love to Joe, everyone. Joe is awesome. I think last time Joe was here, we were talking about breaking beds and stuff, because that happens here at Blue Angel of Tarot. How did that go, Joe? All right, my babies. Anyway, thank you for your help, Joe. As always, you are a shining star. Let's do Jill, because Jill submitted her question. She has a regular question. She wants to know what's happening in her life right now. So let's see. Jill, I hope this answers your question. I'm sorry I couldn't do it when you were here in the live. Jill, good things are coming. Messages, you got, ooh, Jill, I'm sorry you're not here. I got good news for you. You're going to get the money that you seek, okay? The raise, the promotion, the clients. If you have your own company, you're going to get it. You're going to get it all. The 6 of Pentacles. Boo-boos, what is going on? Jill, you're going to get it all. You're going to have it all. Money's coming to you. Maybe, in the summer, things are about to improve a lot. You will be receiving the messages that you hope to receive. The messages that you hope are going to kind of put fire under you again and take you to a higher plane. Those messages are coming for you. It could be that you're working with, so whether it's like a boss or a coworker or a client, that you're seeking in your business and career life. There's someone younger here who could be of use to you. Maybe your boss is a little bit younger than you, or like, I don't know, less experienced, some kind of like they're junior to you in some way. But that's good. That person actually really likes you. So, someone who is junior to you in some kind of a way is going to bring you prosperity in your business ventures. In terms of love, I see new love coming into your life. You got the Ace of Cups, babies. Money, love, everything. It's all happening this summer. No jokes. You got the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is suggesting to me that you are actually, I think you have maybe your own ventures, or you're someone who's meant to have your own ventures. She's entrepreneurial energy. Or you work for someone, but as like through entrepreneurial ventures and energy, baby. You're on fire. Okay, Leo season, between Gemini and Leo season, you're going to be on fire, like so deep and so hard, you're not going to believe it. Particularly money-wise and love. Let's see what this new love is, my baby Jill. Jill! Jill, baby, also thanks for the tip, Jill. Much appreciated. Let's see. Jill, the person who's coming in for you in love is someone you're going to have a beautiful soulmate relationship with that person. It's a new love or a new beginning. I'm really not sure. So you know your story best. You tell me. If there's someone in your past who isn't toxic, but for some reason it couldn't happen in the past, that person is returning. The Five of Pentacles, Ace of Wands for a new beginning because they miss you, and there will be a reunion, the Two of Cups. But if this is a toxic boo-boo from your past, or someone who didn't respect you, or made you feel in a bad way, or you got a bad vibe about them, reject them when they return, because a new person is coming kind of at the same time or right after, and that is your true soulmate, the Two of Cups. This is about discernment. But again, you know, it's the energy of things coming in very soon. Page of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles, you're going to be making decisions about love. By the end of the summer, you're going to be in a new relationship. So you know best if it's someone that you want to admit back into your life from the past, or if it's a new energy. I also felt a spirit around me right now, so it could be a spirit around you too, Jill. Someone who's, you know, protecting you, trying to give you messages. So if you feel that, then, you know, that spirit is there. It could be an angel, a spirit, something like that. Good things are coming towards you. All right, so that was the message for Jill. I love this for Jill. Be discerning. Also, the new person is someone who's been through it, you know, someone who is going to appreciate love for what it means, because they've been through heartbreak. They had to face life on their own. You know, it's not been a bed of roses for them. So they're very appreciative of love, and they have a lot of love to give. Their love is healing. And they understand the healing power of love as well. All right, let's see. Okay, my boo-boos. So that was Jill. Joanne, do we have Joanne in the house? Boo-boos, send me your questions now. Now is the time to send me questions. I will be getting through all the questions now. We'll be doing a bit of questions, a bit of chit chat, a bit of chilling out, and then we will end. We'll probably end in, like, you know, a little bit, maybe give it another 30 minutes. Or we'll see how many questions come through. So if you have a question, now is the time to submit it before I close the questions. And so it is $33 per question for the Oracle of the Dead. If you want to connect to the loved ones on the other side, if you have a question for them, or you want a general message, if you want to connect to the spirits of the dead in general, it's the same procedure, $33, and the PayPal link is in the description box below, my boo-boo. Also, what else can I tell you about it? Include your name and your question if possible in the PayPal. If not, I'll find you in the live. Just make sure you stay till the end of the stream. I'm also taking regular questions. It's $13 per question. If you want to send me a tip, or if you want to tip the spirits of the dead, show them your love and appreciation, I am taking super chats for that. But I'm taking PayPal questions only today, my baby. All right, let me take a little breaky. My back is hurting today. It's like, I've been out of sorts today. I woke up at 4 p.m. because, like, I don't know, I just couldn't sleep. It was like 8:30 in the morning. I was like this. And then, like, I slept through all my alarms. It was so embarrassing. Oh, look, my ex-boyfriend. He made it into the live. He's always so, like, camera, like, he wants to be on camera, you know? He wants to be featured. Always wanting to be the main character. But yeah, so what else can I tell you about working with the dead? Work with the spirits of the dead is not for everybody. I would not recommend that work to anyone who's just starting out with magic or sorcery, or any kind of, you know, spiritual new age practice. but I also feel like they choose you. So if you feel chosen or called to do it, there is a reason they chose you. I've always been around that energy. I am death. I am Scorpio. Oh, my pipids. What else happened that was crazy? That's it. My life's been like drama-free recently because I'm trying to focus on being drama-free. So I'm not doing anything crazy. But you never know. You just never know. Jenny Benny. How did I get started working with the dead? I've always been working with the dead, like really since a child. I just didn't know what that was. There were things that were happening in my life throughout my life, even when I strayed away from spirituality and I rejected New Ageism and I became, a skeptic and a Marxist and whatever. I would have weird like synchronicities happen with, dead people that I knew. A lot of things would happen in my life that were really important. There was like dates were synchronized with me. So very often something really big would happen in my life. I would get like a big deal, like where like a big achievement or something would happen. And I would like, and I would have like an inner knowing. This was when I was like, maybe like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. I would just have an inner knowing. Something would tell me I should check this date. Whose death day is it? And it would always be someone passed who was important or, relevant, and their spirit would come to me. And I would work with that spirit. I was always attracted to the spirits of the dead, not so much to ghosts and like ghost hunting and all that, but like the spirits of the dead specifically as like a class. In the underworld. Actually, no, that's wrong. I wasn't attracted to it. It was just a part of my life because I carry that Scorpio energy, so death always follows me, but I was never afraid of it. And then, but I was in denial about it, so I didn't want to work with the dead because I always, I just always felt like, also like spirits were around me when I was a child. I would have like imaginary friends and they were like dead people, but I wouldn't like, whatever, like they were like spirits of the past or whatever, or guides, but I just wouldn't acknowledge it. I just thought they were my imaginary friends or something. And then when I returned to my spiritual pagan practice, my goddess path, one day I just received an inner knowing after I'd been doing kind of like, indirect work with the dead, like through, people's death dates and stuff like that. I received an inner knowing. I just heard the name Acheron, actually. The Necromanteion that we're doing today was located, one of its locations was the river of Acheron in ancient Greece. And I heard that name, and I had like, a spirit told me the name once, and I looked it up and I realized that was where I had worked. I also know that I work with the dead because I was called by the goddess Hecate. One of her functions is functioning through liminal spaces. She guards and guides the tombs of the dead and also is a protector and mistress of the restless dead. I'm a very scrumptious little bit, but I've always attracted death energy, people who are, deadly, or, I've seen a lot of death in my life too. A lot of death has happened in my life. April, Albert Einstein's your past lover. You know what? To be honest, as a lover, I'd say delete from database. Probably. I don't know. No judgment. But maybe it's good he's a past life one. Jenny, thank you for your question. I dwell in the cemeteries, like all the burial grounds, burial places. I feel very comfortable there. I feel, the spirits, they support me. Okay. So, my pippies, if you have a PayPal question, I would submit them now. If I don't receive anymore. We're just we're gonna shut this baby down in a little bit. So if you want your question answered, it's $33. PayPal link is in the description box below, my babies. It's PayPal questions only. If you want to tip me in the spirits, you can do it in Super Chat. I mean, I'm saying I'm going to wrap up, but knowing me, we're just going to end up talking about, like, whatever. Crazy stuff. Aw, thank you, Barbara. That's so sweet. That's really scrumptious. Thank you. All right. Let's do Joanne. Joanne Melgoza, are you here? Are you with us, my baby? Yeah, you're welcome, Jenny. I've received many messages when I do other oracle readings or I do other things. I hear an internal voice tells me a name, and I usually find it, or it tells me a series of names or sounds, and then I reproduce what it is, and it shows me a message about something. Some messages aren't always like they're fragmented, but it's always about some past event or a past place, ancient places, you know, things like that. But this one is very clear. The river of Acheron. Somebody told, like, I wasn't really aware of it at the time because, you know, like I say, I didn't want to be that, you know, death little bit babe. I'm not, you know, I just want to have a normal life. And I wanted to have like a white picket fence and be like a 9-to-5er, like all the normal people. And it's just like, it just wasn't my path, no matter how hard I tried. So there. But the main clue, I think, for me is that Hecate is my mother and my deity, and whatever sorcery I've done throughout the ages, which I know I have in past lives, I've always worked with Hecate, and she's always been my mother. So I come from that tradition of sorcery, the daughters of Hecate, like Circe, Medea, you know, those archetypes. Okay, let's do Joanne. Wednesday Adams, but not exactly. Exactly, Joe. Exactly. Tuesday Adams. Because, you know, douche flute on a Tuesday, right? Bimbo himbo, you met on a Tuesday. Oh, my God. Okay. Joanne, you're not with us, but that's okay. You can rewatch the video later. I'm going to answer your question. You dreamed of your Aunt Janie, and you saw her face. She smiled at you. I'm so sorry. She passed away from cancer years ago. I'm so sorry. Does she have a message for you? Well, first of all, let me just say, if she came to your dream and she smiled at you, she's telling you she loves you for sure. Even before I take out the oracle, she loves you. She's telling you everything is going to be okay. You know, the other side is smiling upon you. The angels are smiling upon you, you know. April, Demeter is your mother. Good. Joanne, dear spirit of Joanne's aunt, do you have a message for Joanne? Yes, she does have a message for you. She came to your dream because she has a message for you. What is the message? Interesting. I think she always has messages for you, by the way. I think your aunt has, you know, I think you should always go to your aunt for advice or for help. She can tell you a lot of things, you know, through dreams or symbols. Well, first of all, she's saying that, you know, I mean, she loves you, you're loved, and you're seen and appreciated, and she is on the other side, and she is watching over you. So just know that. There should be an inner, you know, she's saying to you, don't get too, don't get too worried when maybe things don't go your way 100%, or when, you know, things are difficult, because it's all going to be okay. That's why she's smiling. You know, there's going to be a smile on your face at the end of everything. Let me just pull a few more cards. I'm not 100% understanding what your aunt is trying to say. Please tell me more, please, Spirit. What is this about? Who is this? Okay, movement, communication. But where? Where is this going? Towards love. So first of all, she's saying, love yourself. You're coming up as the Empress, divine feminine energy. Your aunt is saying, love yourself, appreciate yourself, because you're beautiful. You're a beautiful, scrumptious, amazing, sparkly, gorgeous, moisturized boo-boo. Appreciate that. More self-love. She's saying, love yourself more. And this is about taking a journey. It's about love. It's about the King of Cups. Take a chance on love. If there's a new person in your life, you've got the Knight of Swords and the Chariot. You could be either in a long-distance relationship, or you could be meeting, you could be talking to someone now or about to meet someone who there's distance between you geographically. But this is love. This person offers you love. Consider this person. She's saying a new man is coming into your life, maybe smiling at you because she's, you know what? There's a wedding here as well at the bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. So she's, you know, maybe she's getting you ready for that. She has like some, you know, she has this like knowing smile on her face. She's like, get ready. And also don't miss it. Maybe you're rejecting someone because they live at a distance. If they're not in your life right now, they're going to come in. So just know that. If you're in a marriage already, she's saying there's going to be reconciliation after a time of hardship between you because he loves you, whoever this King of Cups is, he, anyone in between. That was the message. But also self-love. Just remember how important you are. Good things are coming your way. It's Taurus energy too, twice. So abundance, and maybe, you know, whatever it is that you are waiting for or wishing for is coming towards you in Taurus season. We're coming into Taurus season very soon. Let's see what other messages your aunt has to give. Let me just make sure I said what your aunt wanted me to say. Is this what you wanted me to say? Yes. It's a message of love. There's something about love. Don't give up on love, but self-love as well. It's love and self-love, boo-boo. It's all about moving, moving, moving. Burden, there's distance. The distance is the burden. Like I say, it could be someone who's already in your life, or it could be somebody who is about to come into your life, or a distance will be a burden to you. You're going to have to move for that love, but it's worth it. And if it's your spouse or partner you want to reconcile with, the distance will be breached between you. That's what your aunt had to say. She's confirming it. 8 of Wands. It was a message about love. That's why she's smiling at you. Aw, that's beautiful. All right, Pippies. Who else is up for the chop, baby? All right, last dibs on your questions. It's PayPal questions only today, as every day. $33 per question. If you want to risk it for a biscuit and do a little reading for yourself today, a little question, I would do it now, because if I don't get a lot more, I'm just going to go through what we got, and then I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to shut it down. The spirits are here to answer your questions or to give you general messages. It's spirits of the dead, either past loved ones who wish to appear and speak, or it is going to be the ancient spirits of the dead. $33 per question. Link in the description box below to my PayPal. If you want to tip me in the spirits, I'm taking super chats for that, and PayPal for questions. If you have a regular tarot questions, you can submit your regular tarot question in the also through PayPal, and it's $13. It's $13 and $33. All right, my babies. All right, my babies. Let's take a little breaky. I got to do my friend Kat's question. She has one about her grandma who passed some time ago. And also one of my grandmas passed a year ago. Gia, that's so sweet. Thank you. So yeah, but this is my life. I just, so then when I open myself up to my spirituality, when I return to it, when I started reading tarot online and basically came out of the witch closet, the spirits, like, they just rushed to me because I was open to it again. Like, you know, I had reopened myself to it. I used to do scrying. You know how it is. I went through my phase as a, you know, witch and the sorceress and, you know, Wiccan, whatever. As a teenager, I used to scry with spirits. I used to scry with a mirror. And I have Saturn in my chart. I'm very connected to the underworld, which is kind of funny, isn't it, that I, of all people, but I am. And I didn't used to see, I know some people seek it out, you know, they want to become necromancers, or they really wanted, and it was just like wonderful because that's their path. But I just didn't, like, they chose, like, they are just born to do this, you know. So always, you know, working with time. Because of Saturn in my chart, you know, Saturn is also Odin. That's why I talked about Odin before in the live. You know, the magic but the deepest, darkest magic. It's not easy magic. Deep and dark magic. A lot of people who practice magic, they're afraid to work with Saturn because Saturn can be very harmful to you, and not everyone is able to work with the energy of Saturn. But there's something about the kind of magic that I was chosen for in terms of working with the dead, where Saturn is already in my first house. Saturn rules my entire life. My entire life has been the life of Saturn. So I'm able to withstand. I have a lot of I don't have a lot of strength. I actually have a lot of diseases that I was born with. Like, for example, my genes are very weak, but my my spiritual power is very strong. So, and I don't mean it like in an ego way. It's just like strong in ways that maybe it's not like other people can't deal with certain energies. But I was born in that energy. I know the demons downstairs. Like, I know all of them. And I don't mean like that I like practice dark magic or something, but like I'm aware of all the things. So that's my that is my journey with the dead. And because we vibe, as soon as I open myself back up to my spirituality and my practice with the goddess and my sorcery, they just came out. They just immediately just came out, and you know, now we just all live together. We all just live together, but they protect me too, and they gave me a lot of protection. But it's not for everybody. It's very draining. Never in my practice, boo-boo, but I've had situations when I was a child and before I was doing my practice, yeah. The only things that freak me out is the living people. But I also don't seek trouble. I would say don't seek trouble if you're doing sorcery or any kind of spiritual practice, you know. It's a choice. And it's not about like, you know, oh, how should I put this? So I'm not like, you know, ideologically opposed to like what some people call the left-hand path or like darker magic and stuff like that. If you want to work with archetypes of evil, you know, whatever you want to call it, right? But I mean, if you're working with evil, you're going to be in evil company and evil things will happen. You know what I mean? So I simply don't put my intention on those things. And I don't, you know, I don't seek out spirits. There are people who practice, you know, magic or witches, like they seek out like trouble, you know, like whatever you want to call it. Even if you're not in that Solomonic tradition, people to seek out those, you know, Christian demons, like, you know, whatever, Lucifer and whatever. And again, no judgment on that, but I mean, you're playing with something that's meant to represent, you know, evil. Traditionally, and I'm not saying Lucifer represents evil necessarily. I'm just talking about like, you know, the intention behind the magic is important. And also working with spirits who don't like you. So, you know, for example, the jinn, for example, who I work with all the time and they're helping me today. The jinn also, forgot to mention the jinn, I think they like being appreciated in public. The jinn in many post-Abrahamic traditions of magic, like medieval magic, are considered until this day as demons. You know, they come from Iblis, which has like Satan, right? But that's just their representation in patriarchal post-Abrahamic traditions of magic from the Middle Ages. They existed before Islam, before Christianity, before all those religions, and they were seen in a different light. So I work with the jinn and also the jinn, who are a similar spirit. but I understand them in the context of their existence before patriarchy, or, you know, before the three main post-Abrahamic religions took over ideology. So, you know, it's about intention, and I didn't seek out the jinn. So I didn't, you know, what I didn't do is I didn't like read about the jinn being demonic and went like, yeah, the jinn will help me. I'm going to seek them out and make them do my bidding. If I had done that, they would have probably done a lot of bad things in my life. I would have been really freaked out. But they came to me themselves because we have some kind of a story together, which I know for a fact. They found me, we found each other again, and you know, I always invite those spirits who wish to do good things, or who like humans, basically. Don't work with spirits who don't like humans if you don't want to be freaked out. You're gonna get a freak out. All right. Oh, Sherry, hi, my baby. Well, you know what? It's so funny. You just came in. I was just talking about, you know, like speaking of demons and stuff with Bill. All right. So, but yeah, so that's why I've never been freaked out in my practice, because it's not a freak out practice. And I also don't like working, if a spirit is, if your perception of a specific spirit is that they just don't like people, why you want to make them work in an environment they're not going to like? I'm very consensual in my magic. I don't force anyone to work with me. And I have so many spirits that I'm reconnecting and reuniting with, literally, you know, on the regular. The more I go down this, you know, return to my goddess path and my high priestess path, I have so many spirits who remember me from another time, who wish to work or, you know, revisit things. I really have time to seek out that kind of trouble. But also, by the way, even if you do work with darker energies, they don't freak out if something crazy happens. They can't really touch you, you know? If you believe in yourself, if you cuss them out, if you know, if you just remember you're just as powerful as they are if you get into trouble with that. I don't know. It just feels like respectful too. Even with the darker entities, I feel like it's kind of disrespectful. You know, someone, I don't know, if like a demon has a reputation for hating people and you're like, hey, demon, come work with, it's kind of like disrespectful. Like, what do you want, peasant? You know, I don't want to be that person. I don't know. It just sounds like so like pestery. I don't want to pester any of them. Jenny, you had a haunting happen a few years back, and that really changed your perspective on everything spiritual. Yeah. Hauntings are difficult. I had hauntings. I grew up in a haunted house. It was really nefarious. And like, we moved in there. I was like 8 going on 9. And I, like, from the moment my parents took me to that house, I was like, don't buy this freaking house, boomer. No, boomer. They bought it. And I immediately knew it was like an evil house. And it was. It's highly evil. Scary. I did have an encounter there that freaked me out. What I can only call, like, whatever your perception might be of a demon, you know? A demon jumped out at me, like, and materialized. And it, like, I heard it. Like, it made a sound. And it was trying to scare me. Not even in a serious way. I think it was just trying to F with me. I was around, like, 10 at the time when that happened. Yeah, boomer demons, exactly. Okay, Boo-Boos, I think I'm going to do last dibs on the PayPal question. So if you want to submit a PayPal question, it is $33 per question for the spirits of the dead. I'm going to answer one last question now for my friend Kat. And if you have a question you want to submit, it's last dibs now. Last call, do it now before the spirits go home, before we go home. But yeah, also, by the way, it's also important to like unravel some of the histories regarding certain spirits. Like, for example, I feel very strongly, and I was, you know, very reticent about the jinn, because, you know, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to step on anyone's toes, but it's very clear that whoever the jinn are, you know, even the ones who supposedly don't like humans, I think maybe they just don't like certain humans. You know what I mean? I think there's, you know, sometimes different story or history to a specific entity that might seem dark. Maybe it was just dark to the patriarchal, you know, the people within the patriarchy who were writing down those stories. Maybe the jinn just don't like men in power, you know? So there's that. The demonization of certain spirits is a thing. All right, my boo. I've had nothing but strength and scrumptiousness from the Jin and the Jan and their kings and queens, father and mother. All right. All right, so this is a question for Kat. Her grandma passed. Let's see. Let me just open this. Kat, this is for you, for grandma. She passed last year. She didn't keep in touch. Yeah. So you're worried. You upset her for not keeping in touch. Is she proud of you? Is she at peace? So let's see what your grandma has to say. Yeah, she's here. She accepts your apology immediately. Look, the 6 of Pentacles. She's like, yeah, I hear you. She's okay with it. She accepts it. She understands that you feel bad. She's fine with it. She knows it already. She's already accepted and forgiven you a while ago. The Tower. Don't worry so much. This is also your energy because you're in Aries. Don't worry so much about it, you know. It's not the end of the world if you didn't always keep in touch. She knows you had good intentions. You worry too much about that. She's also proud of how feisty you are. You know, Street Fighter. Look at this cat. Street Fighter. She's proud of that. She's saying, like, go get him and, like, go crash it, you know? Like, go get the bag and go, you know what I mean. Go get all those boo-boos out there who are in your way. Street Fighter your way to the top. Let's see what she has to say. Yeah, look, she's right. Look, she's recognizing you for who she's saying. Go. First of all, there's a message for you, Kat. She's saying, Queen of Wands. That's you. She's proud of you. She's proud of who you are. Look at this woman. She's the entrepreneur of the tarot. She's, you know, the go-getter, the woman who's getting the mostest. This is also a fire sign. That's your Aries energy. And she is the businesswoman, you know, the OG feminist, the street fighter. And she's saying, yeah, like she's proud. She's so proud of that because she feels, you know, and you know how it is. In their day, they couldn't be those things. And she's saying in some way you're living the dream she would have had for herself. And she appreciates you for that. She's very proud of you. You have the 5 of Wands here. She's saying, go get it. Go fight. Fight for what belongs to you. I think she also means that about your family as well. You know, all the things, you know, with your family. She's not upset with you for not keeping in touch. She knows you were busy. You had so many things on your shoulders and you were going out there making your life. She would prefer for you to make your life for yourself and forge your path and be successful than to worry about whether you were keeping in touch with her or not. She's saying she's understanding of this, very much so. Go get it, you know? Don't stop fighting. You got a lot to fight for. Is she at peace? There's something that's bothering her a little bit. She is at peace, yes, she's at peace. But I think there's something bothering her with the family, you know, like with your parents and, you know, other people there. Something she's bothered about the family. There's some deception. Something isn't fair. I think she feels like you're not being treated fairly. She's bothered about the deception. So that's keeping her not 100% at peace, but spiritually she is. She's, you know, the moon is here, goddess, you know, the goddess of darkness, the goddess of light has welcomed her back into her darkness, her sacred darkness. Let's see if she needs anything from me, but she worries about that. There's unfairness there. Interesting. Well, Kat, your grandma is saying what she needs from me is to keep relaying messages for you. So there might be more messages. We might want to ask her more stuff later, you know, in more detail. We can talk about that later. The Ace of Pentacles. She wants me to relay messages to you. That's what she wants. She wants to keep communicating. She's almost saying it doesn't matter if she's at peace because she is on the other side and she's doing fine over there. She's more worried about like how she can help you actually, which is very sweet of her. And how to give you some messages maybe about the family. Something here about that. Thank you. Thank you, Kat's grandma. That's very sweet. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, I've picked up on celebrity spirits, absolutely. Quite a lot, actually. Because they're ever present, particularly when they first pass. They can be quite present. But again, I didn't used to know that. I just, I just thought I was like, I was confused about that. I thought whatever, I mean, with any magical practice, there's like, when I say talking to the dead, there's like a symbol to that, there's not like, you don't see ghostly figures here, even though you can feel their presence, you know what I mean? So a lot of the things we do in this material world is symbolic and metaphorical. But yeah, definitely I'm very connected to several famous spirits. And sometimes they'll come forward, for a little bit to help you in something because they become archetypes for things, and that's how they're remembered. So very famous people do become kind of archetypical, and they can help you with a lot of things because the remembrance energizes them. Like Julius Caesar, I was joking when we did the Ides of March that he would come as a ghost. I did communicate with him after. He had some, good advice. So I feel like he was here for sure, even for a little bit. Oh, thank you, Barbara. All right, let me just make sure that there's no more PayPal questions. Oh, babies. I think we've reached the end. I think we reached the end, my babies. I think this is the end. I want to shout out, look, I forgot to celebrate Saturn yesterday because it was Saturn's day, but I've been like all over the place. So I want to celebrate also my father Saturn, my mother Hecate, the spirits of the Jinn and the Jan, and the spirits of the Templars who come here regularly to allow these readings to happen and these magical practices to occur for me. So thank you, and also thank you, Scooby-Doo. All right, my babies, I'm gonna close. The stream now. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. It was scrumptious and wonderful to have you here. If you want to contact me for a personal reading, if you want to get a necromantic reading, it is $222 for the necromantic reading on Zoom, or $188 as a pre-recorded message. If you want to get a regular reading, it's as always $80 per hour or $40 per half hour. Information is down below regarding everything. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that really helps me out. If you want to thank the spirits tonight in your own way and, connect to the spirits, the friendly spirits of the dead, you can always do that. Ask them for help. Anyone who's on the other side for you, that's going to be, all right, Joe, you want me to hit you up in Messenger? Yeah, have a nice evening, Jenny. Yeah, so, I hope you connect to anyone out there who you need to be connected to. Just know that the love and forgiveness is always there. Will do, Joe. All right, my babies, mommy's going to go. I still got loads of work to do. Thank you for joining me for this Necromanteion. It is a little bit different to most readings and most, other psychic or mediumship sessions. So thank you for being such great sports, and thank you for participating and for remembering the dead with me today. Stay sparkly, stay gorgeous, stay moisturized, and may the angels protect you, boo-boo.